If you love golf, well, you gotta love Kamloops. There are 10 magnificent courses, all within 20 miles of the city center. Touch it right up. Oh, you got the pinhole shot. Rock BC. A little bit more, a little bit more. That'll do for two. It's a good night to come inside Sandman Center. It's gotten a little chilly here in Kamloops. Big game, Quebec against BC coming up. But let's get you caught up on what happened this afternoon. Pool A play, Alberta, Kayla Skurlik against Nova Scotia, Christina Black, sixth end. And remember now, this team really looked nervous starting the event. They lost 2 in a row and have now won 4 straight. This team is on a roll, this young team from the Garrison Club in Calgary. They would go on to win it 7-4. Also, Glandy comes back. Well, actually stole it. Scored 2 in 10. Laws Mr. Last. Those games from Pool A. Meanwhile, Pool B, New Brunswick got one late to win over Newfoundland and Labrador. And McCarville, wow, silver medalist playing like a gold medalist, wins 10-2 over Yukon. So the standings, Pool A, just one team we know has gone through, the defending champions 3 times over, Anderson. But Pool B, we know 2 teams. McCarville listed first over Jones because she beat Jones in the very first draw. And on this Wednesday night, we do say hello, Canada. Welcome back to Kamloops. Joe's here, Russ is here. Kathy will be with us momentarily. What a big game this is. 2 teams at 4-2. You win this one, and you take a really big step towards making it to the final 3. This is a much different looking Quebec team, isn't it?
It is. And you know what, Vic? They did not look comfortable. 2-2 to start the week. But yesterday we saw a brand new team. They managed to reinvent themselves in a matter of 24 hours. They're still playing aggressive, but they're picking their spots. They're waiting till Laurie's rocks to really try to put the pressure on, and it's working out for them.
Now, this Clancy Glandy team, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think they would be in this position. First-timers here out of the Vancouver Curling Club, but look at what she did this afternoon against Caitlin Laws. Now, remember, the game is tied. Laws has the last rock, and this is her final stone.
Rocks have been sharpened, a little slow in the 10th end down the path. This isn't Clancy Grandy's brilliant shot. This is a team shot. Great judgment, good line call, perfect speed control. Somehow gets shot rock and forces an error out of Caitlin Laws.
And ended up stealing 2 for the win. So you really like them.
I picked them to be in the final 3, which is kind of a bold statement because of the quality of the field, right. But they've worked at it as hard as anybody, played more than anybody except Jones, same amount of games. They brought in this Nicholas Adine guy to help. They've turned over every rock. They really have, all the Blue Hones.
So that's our feature. When we do come back on this Wednesday night, it's Quebec against BC from here in a chilly Kamloops.
We're all just very trusting in each other, that we're putting in the work that we need, and we all want this for each other just as much as we want it for ourselves, and it will be really helpful for us.
We want to be in the top 3 of our pool, and I think I just want all my team to just enjoy the journey, so we're going to try and do our best to try to reach that goal.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Home Hardware, Here's How. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
On this Wednesday night, 4 games on the ice. One more day of round-robin play tomorrow. All of it here at Sandman Center. Here are the games on the ice. Caitlin Laws tries to bounce back after giving it up against BC. Must stay at 3 losses. Pool B side, McCarville, you win tonight and you will get first place and avoid an elimination game in the playoffs, while Galusha, she has to win. You drop to 4, and that pretty much takes you out of the final 3. We're, of course, playing on sheet C, and it's time to meet the teams now. Brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. The Quebec champions hail from the Laval-sur-le-Lac and the Glenmore curling clubs in the Montreal area, skipped by the Laurie Saint-Georges, with Kelly Madaw, Alana Rutledge, and Emily Riley backing her up. The BC champions, they're from the Vancouver Curling Club, Clancy Grandy, along with Sarah Loken, Lindsay Dubé, and Kayla McMillan. Quebec will have the last rock. They won the draw to the button. They did it by just 15 centimeters. So BC will have the yellow. Clancy Grandy is out, and she has the brush down just on the edge of the 8 for her lead. Sarah Loken to get us underway on this Wednesday night.
You wonder, we always talk about, you know, winning a big game like BC did and how emotional it is, and it, you know, it should charge up for the next game. But I found sometimes you can't get it going again. You know?
Yeah, sometimes you feel like you put every single ounce of energy into one game and then come out a little bit flat in the next game. Whenever I was in a back-to-back scenario in a high-pressure championship like that, I tried to treat the back-to-back games more like 120 end game. So in between, you try to just reset and recharge as much as you can, but then you're right back out there and just try to keep it going, and you're on fumes by the end of it. But you don't want to come out flat.
It's running. It's backing.
Kelly Madaw throwing the lead stones for Quebec. And this one will slide and slide and slide. Finally stop center line back 8. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, and we'll start with BC.
Well, a Grandy finish, which we just talked about in the opening. Clancy Grandy's brilliant shot. I think it's the shot of the week to beat Caitlin. You've got to ride that wave, as we just talked about, and then bail early for BC. Every time I looked over, Clancy was throwing a 7-second run back from a mile away. She can't afford to do that again.
Could have said something like a dandy Grandy or a Grandy dandy finish.
Still there. 14. 14. Just let it come home. Okay, sir.
And Loken trying to play down to it, and will rub off. Sit there for a shot stone. All right, keys now for Team Quebec.
For Team Quebec, they need to rinse and repeat. The last 2 games, they've looked like a totally different team out there, and just keep building on what they've done. Exactly the same last 2 games. You don't want to fall back into that crazy aggressive play and letting these games get away on early on them. And all you need is 8 foot. For this, since the stones have been done, the speed on the ice seems extremely fast. The thrower just needs to be thinking about drawing to the 8 foot for these shots. Let the sweepers take it the rest of the way. We saw outstanding sweeping from Quebec yesterday.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Sponge Towels. Absorb life. All of it.
I had 40 on that. Yeah, me too.
That's better. Leaves it higher. Undercover, top edge of the 4.
Maybe the best drawer in the Madaw family, Vic.
Could be. Just maybe. Dad's here, Wayne's here, Mom's here, Sherry, grandparents.
It's not there. Wait for it.
Close.
Lindsay Dubé.
Close. Yep, you have to.
Line.
Yep,
Line. Top 4.
3 of these players, Grandy, McMillan,
Yep.
Dubé, also all from Ontario initially, but all making their home now in BC. As a little rub will straighten it out. As you said, they've all committed to a 4-year plan, this preparation
Think you can make that.
for the next Olympics.
Okay. 11. 10. Okay. I like a 10. Okay, Steve's really good.
You got it.
Go, Annie.
Curlers have been talking about how fast the ice is. The hog-to-hogs are timing keen, but they're talking about how slow they actually have to slide. I was chatting with Team Wildcard 1, Caitlin Laws' team, in between games, and they're telling me their backline to hogline splits, and it is wicked fast out there. So you see, even with these hits,
Okay.
they're getting overthrown sometimes because if you're asked for a normal weight hit, you actually have to feel like you're throwing a
Sure.
control weight hit.
Do you like this here?
And coming in from the cold, here's Kathy.
Gladys still in the cold. I'm not in a booth. For Caitlin Laws, it's going to be a tough game tonight. They had a very short turnaround, and it was a game that they controlled, and it was a tough last shot, a great one by Glandy that she couldn't replicate. For Krista McCarville, it is a big win, and then she's in. But I think that they're going to look for consistency tonight. Should they win, they do not play tomorrow, and they wouldn't play till Friday night. That's 48 hours off the ice, so you want to get what you can out of it. And for Carrie Galusha, 2 of those 3 losses were her last 2 games, albeit to Northern Ontario and Manitoba, but has to regroup. If she can stay where she is still very much in the mix.
Yeah, they started off so well, the team from Yellowknife.
Yep, hard tell.
A brilliant chance to put a crooked number up here for Quebec. Everything's kind of separated here.
Hard tell. Hard.
Oh dear. Rutledge
Okay. Come on, you don't worry.
couldn't hold it. Does make the takeout.
Good seats, Kelly.
And they are sitting 2 with the hammer, Quebec. You know, sometimes you think
This one?
games you don't
Right back to it.
think about and how important they are, but that
Just straight
McCarville
freeze,
game
then.
last Saturday afternoon against Manitoba, they won it, and there's the difference right now for first place.
Right.
And the top 3 going through, and of course remembering now, if you finish first, you avoid the elimination game that goes on between the second and third place when they cross over. So finishing first is huge.
T top 4.
Especially when you talk about the 2 threes crossing over playing each other. Who are you going to face? Like, you know, it could be Jennifer, it could be Caitlin, it could be Grandy or whoever, Quebec. Like, it's going to be a very tough opponent.
Whoa. Top 4 T. Well, we're going to peek open. Lynn's. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to peek. There's the room in the hole there.
Oh, I think so.
I guess worst
Put
case
it right in the window.
I'm a little surprised they opted to freeze there. I thought they might hit and roll behind. You're behind the tee line, but
Freeze later if you have to. So they could be looking at 3.
Yeah, I think that should be.
not the easiest port to navigate though. First end, this will be fresh in here. Teams in practice usually just try to find that speed to the middle, to the button.
11-5.
Emily Riley. Rutledge has picked her up early. Almada staying with it. Staying with it. Get by 1. Yeah. Oh no. And just that little glancing blow on the way through on that center line guard.
I got 11.
Hit the guard, and the guard almost didn't move. Just takes the paint off of this thing. Save the red one, though, the other red.
Yeah, it would have been better to miss by more. That was so close to getting by. Those are frustrating when you're trying those taps because you think, oh, if I can squeak this, it's perfect. But now it's as if you didn't throw. Team BC has a great opportunity to play a come around here. They'd like to be half around the guard that was just grazed, and then they'll be half guarding the rock in the house, and we call that a Christmas tree.
Stay close.
Very technical term, Russ.
Bumping a hair.
Back 8 almost.
Back 4. It's coming off. Sarah, go.
Hard,
Back 4. Sarah, go. Hard, we're trying to bounce it. Hard, we're trying to bump it. Go. Okay.
Tapping it back to sit the 2, but without
call,
last
guys.
rock.
14.
The angle's just like you called it. It's just maybe a hair deeper than they wanted.
Let's go ahead.
But it's so far so good because they're going to run anyways.
That's the difference with this Quebec team. They're playing a little bit smarter in these ends and bailing, not selling the farm early on.
Okay, roll it.
Okay, roll it.
Roll it. Hard roll.
That's about what you're looking to do, 50% in your hammer efficiency.
Right here.
Team Canada with
Just
the
a
best
hair, yeah.
record
Guard the 4.
Yeah.
of converting
exactly.
2 or more with last rock. So they peeled that center guard.
So
So you
draw
need
the
to make both of these guards, assuming
Guard
the
the higher
runbacks
one.
missed.
Okay.
Really good,
Not a button
Vicar.
speed
There's a
here.
nose hit for
Yeah.
3. Not that this is the toughest
wanna
shot
be
in the world,
essentially
but stranger
splitting
things have
center line
happened. You throw a little light, doesn't quite get there. You throw it a little heavy, over curls. Calling for exactly 4 feet of curl.
So Clancy Glandy, originally from Burlington, Ontario, now making her home in Coquitlam.
Tight.
Former Ontario junior champion.
Really tight right now.
Top 12 tight. Yeah, stay
Was
close,
an
Owen.
alternate
Top
in the
12 tight.
bubble
Yeah, stay
Scotties of 21 in Calgary with Team Fleury, but Fleury wasn't there. Chelsea Carey was handling the team then.
Top 8.
Top
Almost to your feet.
Didn't
Oh,
want
top
this in the
6.
rings.
Supposed to stop. Okay,
And over
Sorry,
curls.
sorry. I have to go this way, so. I think you throw nose.
We're gonna
to
point
get
over
to-
the
oh,
top.
okay, yeah. Peel?
Yeah, it's
It's like a half almost, a little less thick half.
So Rutledge will hold the brush,
yeah, close.
leaving Riley and Madaw
Ça va bouger. Moi, je
to
mettrais-
scrub.
Yeah.
You could probably, with lots of weight, make the triple, but you lose your shooter. Might be smart, and I think that's what they're doing is straight back. This one probably jams, but that one goes. The top one goes, and maybe more importantly, you've got 3 red in the rings. That makes it interesting.
Squeeze.
Sitting second, third, fourth with hammer.
Straight. Trust it.
BC will have to be careful.
Go right.
Straight back, basically.
Night and day for this team compared to those opening draws when they really were guessing about everything on the ice. Now seem to have found their way. Madaw, what do you got? Run it back, bang, bang. Oh, you're going to spill 2. And they will get 2. So that stone there at around 3 o'clock comes into play as a potential point for Quebec.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Almost saved the shooter. A little more curl would be perfect.
Difference for Lori is she's throwing that precision up weight hit so much better than she was earlier in the week. She was drawing really well heading into
It'll
her
curl a
games
bit at the
yesterday,
point
and
it gets-
with those 2
yeah.
wins, it's her hitting that
I
has
was a little
really
aggressive on mine,
come into
so I think
form.
even if you're not super aggressive.
Well, prior to we seeing her yesterday,
Good call.
I said to her, or last night I guess it would have been, what do you want? She says, well, all I want to do is hit and stick and not roll out. That's how bad the game was for her. And but boy, now they're confident. They put the brush down. They know the weights. They know the amount of ice to take. All right, big game, as we say, for Northern Ontario. McCarville. Uh-oh, is this going to catch? It does. As we drop in with Northern Ontario, Newfoundland, Labrador, Kathy.
Stacey Curtis hit to try to make the double, but only got 1. They have spent a lot of time looking at these stones, not sure who is shot, and so Krista is going to take aim at it and try to remove the red to lie to.
Go! You got it!
Ashley Sepala.
Keep going! Go!
And enough to push it through, and sits down for 2. They are second in the field. Northern Ontario in their last draw conversion. Second to Team Canada.
I was a little poppy.
It's amazing sport, isn't it? Like McCarville played 3 spiels, qualified in 1. Laurie St. George played in 4 spiels, didn't qualify in any. And they're 2 of the top teams right now.
Good. Okay. Missy.
Now is it 1 or 2? Have a look.
Thinking 1, Vic.
That's all it is. So that catcher
Hey, guys.
on the backside holds Quebec to a single. Quebec against British Columbia. That is our feature match on this Wednesday night here in Kamloops. Our continuing coverage of the Scotties, the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. bad break for Quebec. That catcher at the back. They can only get a single. And so it's BC and the team from the Vancouver Curling Club that does have the last rock. They have the Hammer here in 2 playing the Yellowstone.
Still only top 8. Yeah, give us the same.
Come around for Quebec, came up a little light, over curled, but released that red one. So there's 2 raises right down the center that could pay dividends.
Don't think much more. Line's close. Top 8, top 4.
Kayla's rock. Kayla, yep.
Yep, to line.
Weight's good. You gotta go. You gotta go. Top 12, really hard. Hard, bounce it off. Hard, go, 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 right over, right over, right
Now
over.
there's a stagger
Okay,
protecting that
ready,
BC stone.
15-4. Good weight. Yeah.
Yeah, a little break there for BC.
Yeah, that's 2 over curls in that spot, Russ. I'm wondering if we're going to start to see some more curl with the ice makers touching up the rocks and then finding out that balance between how much to clip off the pebble to optimize the curl. A little straighter than we expected in the morning and the afternoon. I would assume they're still tweaking a little bit.
For sure. I mean, that's what Kathy was guessing at, that there's a good chance to be more curl tonight, and that's what it looks like. Perfect surface, really.
Alana Rutledge.
Oh boy, get a redirect.
It's exactly it. Maybe 2. And it'll finally settle as it peaks now. Back edge of the 4.
Great audible there to try to save it.
Okay. Just here. Just through. Wait, you guys still? Okay, we can hold it here. Not kind of wait.
Lindsay Dubé, the former Ontario junior champion, won a national silver medal back in 17. Playing with Haley Armstrong. They lost to Christian Streifel out of Alberta in the Canadian final.
Yep. Yep. Little roll. Yep.
And enough to push it through and sit out there. Back edge of the 4.
That's the key. That's what I really appreciate from BC. How do you roll out with that weight?
Weight was good on your second.
And we've been talking about it all week about how many rollouts we've seen. Perfect weight controller.
Probably a hair more.
Especially when it's running a little bit straighter. When it's really swingy, it's kind of scary to play those lighter weights because if you're a little bit light, it's going crazy. But when it's really straight, the lighter weights will give you a fighting chance to stick around.
Yep. Yep. Hard on.
And a little flip in behind. How's that?
Atta girl.
That girl, right. That's pretty.
10-7.
Yeah.
Good call on the weight. Where?
What a great shot. Vic, you were saying that Laurie St. George was attributing their play in the last 2 games to just being more comfortable on the ice.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was that they were guessing as we saw them. And also what's helping the ice maker, and I think it's helping the curlers, is the cold weather outside.
Right.
And there, she said, we're able to put the brush down. We know exactly now what we didn't know the first couple of days.
The thing I find interesting about that is the ice makers have confirmed that the conditions will likely change. We just talked about we'll probably see some more curl. It is up to the curlers to anticipate and to read what they're seeing. But it's funny how that confidence of suddenly feeling like they can figure it out, it's totally flipped a switch for them.
Working 4.
I mean, those first couple of days, the game was a different language, wasn't it? And now, right now, it's speaking their language.
Yeah. They're wearing out that corner guard, though. Another
They
come
chipped
around.
it a couple of times, right?
It's the only way they can get buried.
You have to put a bandage on it.
Okay. Intern. Unless it's easier with the other.
Should move a bit, Em.
I'm going to roll a little lower with this turn, so you have to hit this pretty thick.
Yep.
Ellie Riley
Hard.
in a third. Scotties.
Hard all the way.
Whoa.
Okay.
Still have an angle, did they, BC, on that shot, Rock?
We're still double peeling.
I don't think so. I don't think they could see enough of that yellow.
Okay.
Gonna throw the out.
So we're going to clean things up here.
It's a lot of stagger for the team with hammer. You don't like to see that because if something gets lost and buried under there, it's really difficult to access.
Kayla McMillan.
Clean. Yep. 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 Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
The shooter.
Good.
And gets rid of the stagger.
I like that.
I don't mind one guard.
No, I like the hit. They got hammered. I like both calls. I don't mind one guard.
I think. Oh, I was gonna say.
That was very diplomatic. That was really
Throw
diplomatic
it to us
because
like a 50.
initially it was, I want to play the guard. Somebody said it up there. And then it was, we like both. Also, also a hit. Oh, that, oh goodness, yeah, that's. Yeah. Send them to the negotiation table. That's right. They're finally deferred to the guard.
Bumping a hair.
It's going to be a pretty deep guard. You might want to release that a bit.
Okay.
So now it goes across the top, doesn't it, of that back yellow? Yeah, it does.
I think we want to kill this stuff.
Okay.
Just to shade high side
Throw
with
the
big
out.
weight, you can keep 2 yellows alive.
Same throw.
McMillan, a 2-time Canadian college curling
No.
champion with
No.
out of Douglas College in New
Go with
Westminster.
that. Okay, it's good. Good.
There again, we mentioned it the other day. Just the number of places you can gain experience, the pressure, university, the CIS, college ranks now as well. Canada Winter Games are on in Prince Edward Island.
Yeah, that's nice to see. That's because that's where their biggest drop-off is from these great junior players, and just life gets in the way, and we tend to lose a lot of them.
It might be like a tricky spot.
It's a great
just 'cause of the
clearing
line.
shot
Was it ever?
by Kayla
Oh,
McMillan.
wait, he's running. Oh, like 10. Yeah.
I love a 10
Love it.
here.
Yeah. I feel like worst case we roll out and looks good to me. I like the ice. Let's go, Lori.
Even in that
square.
kind of chatter, Joe, you sense a confidence. Both the brushers, yeah, like the 10. Yeah, like the ice. Now go and just execute.
Yeah, they're framing how they're going to make the shot, not what to avoid missing or having uncertainty of, oh, I don't know if this will happen. And it's staying very much in the action
Yeah,
side.
the positive side of things, right? And then away it goes. So overthrew it a bit.
Release.
11. Okay.
A little wide on the
Lower your
broom in
waist
that
there,
last
too.
one.
Okay.
Clancy Glandy, of course, we've seen her as a coach
Clean.
with the Netherlands. And now, Kathy, we see Nicholas Adine here. And we were chatting with Nicholas prior to the game as they'll lay it to the back 8. You know, we said to him, what's your boundary here? And he says, well, I just come out and try to present situations. And he said there wasn't much difference because Clancy Glandy said she takes a little bit of the men's game, which he applied to the Netherlands, and brings it to her game. And he said, that's right. Because of the fact, you know, the strategy is the same. You won't have some of the bigger upweight shots, or you won't have the men's brushing, but the similarity in strategy is there.
And what he was really interested in is that he said when she calls something different, he said, I don't argue with it, but I always want to probe why. Like, what are you thinking? Why would you do that? And think it through a couple of shots. And I feel like in that conversation, Vic, he was getting as much out of coaching her as he was giving to her, and said he really enjoys it.
Yeah, really does. And for the first time, he said that he actually was nervous today.
Yeah, he said watching that game, he said, you know, he kind of thought, oh, well, they're going to throw him up and down. But he said he could feel that because she was the local team and the crowd was really in it and there was so much tension on the ice and it was close, he said for the first time, I kind of felt like, oh, this is really meaningful.
From the coaching bench, you're in a position of no control, right?
Yeah.
He's not used to experiencing that.
And then Vic and him compared body parts that are no longer working.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, he's been stitched up a few times, I can tell you that. Looking for the blank, and there it is. Just the second blank of round robin for BC, which maybe speaks to how aggressive they do play. Four sheets in play on this Wednesday night here in Kamloops. And Quebec continues to lead it 1-0 after the blank in 2 means that BC will once again have the last rock, playing the Yellowstones.
Keep that line. Keep the line, Mommy. All right, keep going. Just in front of it. Good shot. Play right to it, Sarah. Little top's good.
It's one thing that Clancy said to us when we first chatted with her, I think probably on Sunday. It's one of the things that she takes from the men's game, and she thinks that if you're going to be good, you have to get your rocks in the right position. And she said that the elite men's game, they're more apt to do that. And just something so simple as that, if you're BC, slipping behind the tee line. First stone, that can kill your end.
Back four. Whoa.
Yeah, it really can. There's no way to improve on a rock that's behind the tee line. A rock a little light in front of the tee line can be tapped, it can be drawn around, but once it slips back there, it only helps the other team.
Yeah, we'll roll, Steve.
So this is a big game for Galusha out of Yellowknife. She's at 3 losses, has to stay there. Joanne Rizzo throwing 4th stones.
Well, it is the Northwest Territories team that is lying shot stone, have been for much of the end, but Casey Scheidegger's team have been placing them in front and a lot of risk, but on trying to promote their stone at the end, they rolled sideways, and it is that sideways stone that she's trying to hit and roll to the center.
Watch out.
For 2.
Oh, there, look at that. That's a great 2 as well. In their loss to Northern Ontario, they had just 4 singles, so no conversions. They pick up the conversion there.
Joanne Rizzo's just been brilliant all week, win or lose.
She's been outstanding, and anytime we see her, it's all the shots.
Yep.
It's the draws, it's the taps, and it's even the doubles and the run backs. She's making absolutely everything.
Nice. 15. You leave both theirs, though. Just straight rip. Okay. Yeah, straight peel.
Mine went right where I threw them, and I was fairly drunk.
Clancy loves to play aggressive and to go after it, and she would love to go after it right now with the hammer, but unfortunately, with 2 yellow rocks behind the tee line, they have to do some work first.
Oh, Sarah.
What's the determining factor, Russ? Because it's not cut and dried anywhere. What's Clancy Glandy saying by doing this? Could she not have attempted to move things around behind that guard?
You could have played the out-turn tap red under red, which would have helped too, but then there's a dangerous guard out front. I think Joanne's absolutely right. If Clancy had to throw now, she wouldn't score. So she's going to have to get rid of those reds, and the best way to do that's with some speed, and you can't do that with a guard in the way.
I've seen some teams play a hit and roll off that guard. It's higher degree of difficulty, but they hit the center line, roll for a corner with the intention to run in later and spread things out.
He could have almost rolled in even. It was tight enough.
Just top 12. No.
Atlanta Rutledge as we play third stones or second stones here in the third.
Yeah.
Rarely are all these guards, like they need to throw 5 or 6 of them to be really dangerous. Rarely are they perfect. And there's case in point. So now they can maybe throw some speed and rearrange the furniture.
Do you want to throw? Yeah, we can throw the out again.
The other thing you could do here is hit the back red one and kill the right-hand red and the back yellow. Then it's easy to get at that shot rock. I think sometimes we forget about what's really causing the problem is your own yellow ones at the back. So instead of having 2 back there for a bit of a pocket, get rid of one of them.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, that opens everything up.
It's really good, Lance.
Still leaves Quebec sitting 2 without last drop. That backing is gone for sure.
Not too bad for them.
I think we're just 1-2.
Not where they wanted to hit it, but
Removes the rock piler on the button, so that was the job that they desperately needed to get done there.
that was only they were only allowed to do that because the guard slipped in the rings.
I like the guard.
Lori really wants to play the guard.
Okay.
And her game plan since their turnaround has been to keep things a little more simple and avoid risk. So I think her brain is saying maybe I should be hitting that yellow one, but kind of helping out the opposition if you remove that for them.
You got them in a bit of trouble here.
It's feeling out when to push and when to defend, and that's something that's so hard to figure out and feel out for your own team.
To the yellow right now. Okay. No. If anything, we need to overcurl it close. Yep. Yep. We're bumping it a little bit.
Don't line these up.
Okay.
Just.
Okay. Little roll in here is good. Little more. Throw 11.
Again, a great opportunity here for McCarville and Northern Ontario to lock up first place in their pool as they play Newfoundland and Labrador.
Well, the shot stone is the final stone thrown by Krista McCarville, was trying to get around the guard. She is shot stone. She is line 3, but most of the shot stone is available. If Stacy can get to the nose, it's for the singles.
10.5.
They're a 1 and 5, but playing much better than their record. So 1 it is. It's she was 94% was the skipper Stacey Curtis against New Brunswick, but gave up that 1 in 10 to lose 8-7.
Yeah, I love that. I like that. 11. Okay. That's good. 10-6. Okay. Throw 11, Kayla. Okay. Bump that forward.
Lightweight rearrange here. Angle raise the red onto yellow, onto the red in the 4-foot. Bump that red rock in the 4-foot behind the tee line. I like this call.
Yeah, I do too. The only thing is there's quite a bit of separation, so they're not going to get any drag. So you got to be a little. If they hit this high side, I'm not sure it's going to get the shot rock.
Whoa.
It's a good call though.
No, Lynn.
The instinct would be to blast here. They're trying to make an opportunity for a jam and maybe score multiple.
Hard. Okay.
Picks it off the top, rolls out the shooter. Still is Quebec sitting the 2, but without last rock. So remember now, 9 teams in the pool. You play an 8-game round robin. This is the record of BC's Glandy. and has really spaced it out well. 2 consecutive wins. The one this afternoon, that stolen 2 points, that was huge to avoid going to a 3rd loss. And then she'll close out against Alberta and Skurlock, one of the hottest teams in the event right now.
I don't think she realized I like really moved it.
65, let's go.
I heard the sweeper say 65 to Lori. That's 4.65 seconds from backline to hog line. That is incredibly quick speed.
Really sliding.
3, 4.
3. It's trying.
You almost have to stop in your slide to slide that slow.
3.
Just a 3.
Yep.
Started to jump on them.
I think that's good enough.
So despite the fact, you know, they had those problems, the one was the game against Alberta. They gave up a 6 in that loss 12-4. That's where they really were saying, we don't know what we're doing out here. But then they found it against Laws, and they looked very impressive earlier today against Burt. Now they've got Glandy, and then they've got Christina Black from Nova Scotia, who are in the mix.
Chance with the stagger here. If Clancy can come around and sit shot above the tee line. There's a possibility for a skips 2.
Go 4.
Line's good. I thought it was
Line's
close.
good.
Gotta go.
Still running.
We're running.
Still running. Lindsay.
Line's great.
Lindsay's rocks. Really got a curl.
Waits in the
Lanes, yeah.
ballpark. They got to get it underneath that red one.
Yep. Keep going.
Gotta go, gotta go.
So Dubé takes that stone, trying to
Yeah,
help it
yeah,
over,
yeah.
and will drag it. And looks like they got shot rock.
It's close.
Are we one?
It's not showing.
The last 2 shots were both very gradual with the curl. Lori's guard didn't quite curl up, and same with
Yeah, I
Clancy's
would
drop.
love
Both
to.
had good weight.
Faster and straighter since they've done the rocks. That's amazing.
This kind of weight? Or?
Oof, like back 4.
Okay.
That's max.
Okay.
Felt,
Okay. It felt like a similar amount of add to me. Okay. Maybe a bit.
Yeah, it was definitely.
I like back lines.
back 8 even, just to tap it past our other one.
Yeah, just have to make sure we get by the guard.
Yeah. And don't leave them.
I think we try to tap and sit 2. Tolerance is to freeze on it.
Okay.
Like tolerance is straight draw.
Okay. I guess it's straight draw to
You
call
think
it.
it's straight here?
Yeah, I was going back 4, but
It's tough to
You
get
see
the
a little
curl.
more than half, eh?
yeah, maybe the call is just like straight draw.
Who's shot?
They are.
Okay.
I mean, I'll throw like T line.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
I
we can
love
sweep
the
it.
straight draw. Worst case, we can bump
Okay,
it.
I like just straight draw. Just give me more, hair more. No, less. Yeah. And
You
if
can
we have
chip
to
it out
wait,
clean too.
yeah.
You just
You just
so
let us know
normal
how
takeout
much.
weight hit
Yeah.
the small
Hey, Laurie, 40's good.
small half.
Smart call, playing the conditions, knowing it's not going crazy with curl at the end. So opting for the shot that's there,
Well,
not
what
the shot
did
they
she-
want to play.
Pardon me, what did she say to us about
Black court.
how you actually you play the ice, right?
Yes.
Wait only. Wait only.
You can't force it. Right. Riley out in front. Oh, you got it by that one. Oh, you got it by that one too. Can you sneak in somehow? Yes, you can.
Nice.
To sit shot rock.
Just an outstanding sweep
Yeah.
by Emily Riley and Kelly Madon. They worked so hard. They dragged that a long ways. They sweep with a really high frequency, and that heats the ice up and enables them to drag this rock. I thought that rock was going over curl, Russ.
And to it's their benefit actually, because by hitting that, they actually touched the yellow. And there's a good chance they're 2 now.
More speed to the last one on this line here.
We're judging them well.
Like my first one, we waited.
This is no
Never
picnic
finished.
here.
Like
No
we
backing.
needed to be close. To
The line's got to be spot on.
I know what you're saying. Maybe that little nudge on that yellow may have just pushed it out a little bit because they did believe that it was the shot wrong.
Yes, and it was so close to begin with, and I think they picked up 3/4 of an inch there or something.
Only heavy.
Back. Gotta go hard. Whoa, Sarah.
Watch out now. And that crash, and so it will be one for sure.
Yeah, one for sure. I think it's 2. Measure them? Sure. Okay.
So one, steal of 1.
Measure.
And they're going to measure for a second.
Yeah,
what a great last rock draw. Goodness gracious.
Unbelievable.
That's Lori's go-to shot. She plays a lot of mixed doubles, so very comfortable with drawing with precision, but she's been using her sweepers so much lately, not throwing the weight there on her own, letting them manage it and guide it in there.
The mixed doubles has made a lot of good players on teams way better.
I still think it's yellow. That's hasn't been very good this week.
Yep.
So 3.5.
Sure. Yep.
From BC to Quebec. And
Red is
I'm not very good this week. Gee. Quebec steals 2.
Yeah,
3-0.
Okay. Yeah, guys.
Saturday is Curling Day in Canada, and we're taking our rocks to the Rockies. Banff, Alberta is hosting a curling festival that has never been seen before. Plus, inspiring stories from across the country.
Knowing that I'm here, that I can make a difference, gave me sort of a boosting and motivation.
Hopefully one day I'll be able to curl with my friends and family who have no clue about the sports.
And Carrie Anerson joins us to discuss the pride she takes in being an Indigenous role model.
It's truly amazing to see that and to feel that love and that support.
Join the celebration on Curling Day in Canada.
Yeah, that'll be terrific from Banff. And maybe a future prior participant. But in the meantime, before that, we'll just eat a lot of popcorn. But that'll be between our draws on Saturday, Curling Day in Canada. Bob Week said they were going to try some street curling in Banff. Oh, yeah. It's 3-0 Quebec after that steal of 2.
I don't mind 2.
And British Columbia with last rock again. They have the Hammer playing the Yellowstones here in 4.
Okay, just throw it to top 12 and we'll bring it.
Yeah.
5-rock rule, so you can't peel either one of these guards. So Quebec is trying to decide what to do with this rock. They're opting to just come around their centerline guard. They need to be careful that they don't create a stagger, because that'll give BC something to come around later in the end.
Yeah, we're bumping.
We're bumping just a hair right now.
No. Close.
Round?
This might set up a double here too. It's just that hard, that little bit heavy.
How bad? Okay. Sorry, Lanny.
I think so. Make a good roll here.
Yeah, roll's most important.
Yeah. 11?
Yeah.
Okay. Come up here.
A little bit.
Stay close.
This is why we often see high-scoring games, with the 5-rock rule in play. You're not able to peel things out earlier like before, so you have to continue with the offense.
Hard. 11 and a half. Hard.
So just gave up a steal of 2 and
Hard roll. Hard on the roll.
Hard on the roll.
Didn't get the double, didn't get the roll. The hair, more ice there would have been perfect.
10. 11. You got it. You got it.
You hear a lot more numbers now, like 11 as opposed to 9, 9.5, 10. All the teams are starting to realize it's really not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, 11 seconds from hog to hog is quite a light weight for a hit. That's the weight that'll get some finish in the straighter spots.
Alana Rutledge. And rolls it towards that guard. Doesn't quite get there.
11.
Northern Ontario looking to add to their total. What do they got there? They sitting the one?
They are sitting
Okay.
the one. Facing two, Stacey Curtis tried the hit and roll to the other side of the house. It did, but it rolled a little bit too far, leaving Krista lying one. And so this is a draw for two, needs a bite of the 8-foot.
Still throwing 100% game as they play in 3. Krista McCarville. Potts
Go, go, go. Bite the 8, bite the 8. You're good. Sorry, I knew it was
out to join Lily and Sipola, and
2 yellow.
2 yellow it is. 2 more. You say it's a big game because you finish first. Top 3 go on. The first place teams will get that bye. 2 and 3 will then cross over in an elimination game. So if you can avoid that, that's huge, very big.
Yeah,
even if they
because
roll
that's like
behind, we
ideal,
can chase
but
it.
also harder. I don't know.
I just feel like if you make a good one, it's
Yeah.
they're still gonna do that, but we'll have a double back probably. I don't mind it.
Just,
I don't mind it.
I think play the scoreboard is hit it. Like,
Okay. I think we want to roll though.
okay.
Yeah, I know what she's thinking, and you get one in a buried, or 3/4 buried. You've got some heat on BC, but you are up 3-0. This yellow rock could end up on the scoreboard. You might as well hit it.
I see where Laurie's coming from, though. You hit this, and BC has 3 guards to work with. You're just kind of saying, okay, go ahead, bury something, and you'll probably get 2. So I can see where she's coming from with that thought process. She's just been burned before by ignoring rocks in the rings.
Hard all the way. Go.
Roll it. Whoa, no roll.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Good shot.
Great one, Em. Good seat, guys.
9-5.
Okay.
Okay.
11.
roll.
Yeah.
Okay. That's in between the ice.
And it's been a while for either province to find the playoffs. Marie-France LaRouche, last appearance was 2012, and then the last appearance for BC was 2013. You think about that terrific team like Kelly Scott with those back-to-back wins in 6 and 7.
Roll big. Yep.
Sorry, wasn't sure if we were rolling under the red or the
I was trying to
corner.
roll under the corner.
Wasn't sure where we were.
Now, the other thing to keep in mind is if there is a bunch of teams tied for the final spot, number 3, they would go to head-to-head first. And if not that, then they would go to the last rock draws, the total of your draws to find the button or to take the last rock throughout the competition. And you can tell that's a big advantage for Glandy and really Saint-Georges in Quebec. They wouldn't be able to use that.
Okay.
So winning their way in is probably the only way.
Right. That's a fluid number because you take your worst 2 out, and you're still throwing draws, 2 draws each game, so that's still going to change a little bit, but it's getting to the end of the round robins.
Yeah, I think so.
Grandy's in fairly good shape in that regard.
It's close. Top 4. Top 8. Top 8, guys.
Okay.
Kayla McMillan.
Speed. Heavy.
Yeah, we're back 4.
Okay, Sarah, stay close.
Back 8.
Yeah, Sarah, stay close. You're
Back
trying to
8.
go here.
Yeah, go.
Yep.
Go,
Really
go,
hard.
go.
Really hard. Go. Okay.
Well, it will finish,
Good
and
call,
it
guys.
does
4,
bury,
6.
but it's back edge of the 4.
like 50.
It's funny, the ice is so good now, so predictable, but quicker, and the quicker means people are missing the wrong way.
Well, it's 3-0 for Quebec and 2 stolen points. And this was a wonderful draw. This just tells you how confident she is in reading the ice and the right weight. And she's got some terrific brushing too.
She went back to the hack, and she's going to play a little soft weight when they realized there's no curl here. The only way I'm going to get to the inside of that thing is throw the appropriate weight. And did she ever? She said, I'm going to throw a draw. There's your draw. Actually kicked the yellow one enough to get that deuce.
Key shot brought to you by OK Tires, service, repair, and tires. That's why it's a 3-0 game, Quebec.
She even said in the hack, I'm going to throw the freeze and sweep it if it's close, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, we're back 12. Can I curl? Yeah, it's not going to do anything. No! No. Okay, good try, Lori.
Good one. Yeah.
Right here.
First real opportunity for British Columbia.
Oh, it's fast.
Yeah. Oh, she said a big ad, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, 14-2.
Right top
Yeah.
button. Yeah, we can touch top button.
Okay.
Like full 4, like just touching top button, I think is ideal.
A lot of teams have tapped that out to sit 2, which is not wrong. You roll buried and cross your fingers. Hope Lori doesn't do what she did to you last end. But they're trying to keep it in front of the T line. I like that. Assuming you're shot rock. And what's Lori going to be able to do if this is buried top button?
Line's good.
8, top 4.
Clancy Glandy in her first.
Where are we, guys? Top 4, top 8, top 15, 6. Gotta be full 4. Always finishing. Full 4 right here.
You gotta finish.
Full 4. Yep. Little more.
Hard.
It doesn't quite tuck itself underneath, but it is shot rock, and it is top 4.
Yeah, like, yeah. I would love to be on it, but do you think of her more?
See, what this does, by keeping it in front of the T line, it's so key. So if Quebec goes something like that, you've got a fairly easy shot for 2. So Quebec's decided to come into here. What if it's there?
Okay, tolerance is...
What if it kicks off that yellow and maybe rolls over into here? There's a chance for a potential 3 if this thing isn't perfect. Good position there.
You just let us know how lines look.
A couple of updates there.
So
Caitlin Law's wild card scored 4 in the 3rd. And the Territories a blank in 3, so they remain tied with Scheidegger out of Lethbridge.
Has to be so precise with the weight on this one.
Yes.
I like it. See line?
The line, it's not curling like crazy here either.
True. Yeah, I think if she's a couple feet heavy, it's never going to get to where they want it.
To our back one. We gotta go.
Well, they're saying it's coming down to it.
Good call, Kelly. Really good call,
Nice.
Kelly.
Oh, so there's
Nice
that.
shot.
You know, they wondered about Kelly,
Judge.
the addition of Kelly Madaw.
judge.
She
job.
lives
Really
in
good job.
Ottawa. She's a student at Algonquin College. And she makes the commute down to practice with them in Montreal. But she's, Kathy, they were saying,
Could. I'm just not sure if it's worth
what
it.
she brings to the team, it's obvious the brushing, but it's just that little bit of positive attitude as well.
Well, I really loved what she said as somebody who really believes in the whole team aspect. She said that her unique gift is to know exactly what to say. And she said a lot of people will say, okay, well, you know, you missed, that's fine, don't worry about it. But she said to Emily last night, you know what, all that miss means is that you have the chance to make the double on your next one. And so Emily said, I immediately stopped thinking about missing and how I could make the next one. And then she made the double. And that's when we heard her say, I love you, Madaw.
Chance for 2 here if you can make the double.
Just enough separation. I think it can slide that out of there with some speed.
Go.
Close.
Stop.
Whoa.
Trying to hold it up now. Just watch that center line. Watch that center line. If it stays right there, bang.
Good.
Oh, very nice. Super shot. Clancy Glandy to pick up 2. Surgery.
Just a dart, just absolutely perfect.
A game saver, maybe. When you make a deuce like that, BC, you get on the board as we welcome you back on this Wednesday night to Kamloops, BC, and our continuing coverage, the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. 3-2 now, Quebec leads it. They have the hammer once again, the last rock here in 5, playing the Red Stones. You don't make that. If you chisel out your own, you crash on the guard. My goodness.
I was in a spot on the ice where anything with your release outward, it floats. You give it a chance to curl, it'll cross the line on you. That was a really well thrown rock by Clancy Glandy.
Hard all the way. Hard, Lonnie. Whoa, whoa. Yep,
We're not there.
Yep. Atta girl.
Nice shot, Kelly. Way to go. Good speed, buddy.
Just perfect.
I got 30. 25. That's perfect weight.
2 inches of space.
Sure.
Put your opponent in such a tough position because you don't want to wreck on the guard here because it's the only rock you have to possibly force your steal. You cannot miss wide. But at some point, you'd love to jiggle that around so you can get rid of that perfect freeze.
Back 4.
Whoa.
Oh.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Good call, guys.
Seems like a fine line on this side, Russ. A little bit heavy, and it just tracks the whole way down the sheet. But if you're sweeping weight, they seem to curl up. We saw that with Clancy in the
I like that.
third end. She perfect weight right on the tee line, but never got under the guard. And Lori had sweeping weight and caught that curl.
It curled a lot more, yeah.
Atlanta Rutledge.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Wee.
Nice.
I'll rip that guard.
Just touch center line.
Straight guard the red. Yeah. Okay. Give it to us. Yeah.
As mentioned, a very important game for the team from the territories, trying to stay at 3 losses and playing Casey Scheidegger out of Lethbridge.
Well, Casey tried an in-off on her first. She got contact with both, but wasn't able to push the second stone out. That is the shot stone belonging to Galusha, trying to run a stone back to pick it off the forefoot.
And will not, so steal of 1. And that is the 11th steal for the territories this week. That is second most in the tournament.
Tapping this on nose.
I like that.
Missed the guard.
12. Okay.
It's that under curl again, and the weight was pretty close.
It's 410.
Hey, you got it.
Yeah, even 20 is good.
Haven't seen a lot of rocks on this side of the sheet, Russ. Clancy tried a draw when she gave up the steal, and it really curled.
Yes,
With
overcurled and wrecked,
how
yeah.
straight the other side is. This side might move.
Whoa. Back up. Whoa. Just through. Kelly.
Hard, Kelly. Hard. Get it over the line. Get it over.
Whoa.
Hard. Good shot.
So
Nice one.
good, and look at that
Nice call.
angle.
Good sweet front.
Good sweep.
Anything there, that's exactly where you want to hit that yellow, and I think it would clear completely and actually
Try
miss
and
this
pop
red.
it.
Okay.
Back line.
Okay.
stay on the
Nice
face
shots
of this
being
one.
made here.
Just make sure you throw enough to
One
move
BC
them.
guard,
Yeah.
they just missed it by a
Well,
foot
when I did
wide
this
and
way, it was
bang.
back
Back
four,
8.
back 8. Is this enough ice?
BC's going to try to rearrange this.
Pardon?
What they
They
just
had
had.
twice this ice for back line.
Oh, well,
I think for me,
different
it's
throw.
probably okay. No, I know, but
Yeah.
The
we're still
BC
close, so stay close. But I think we're
team is discussing the difference in ice. The Quebec team took a lot more ice in this spot than Clancy is giving for Kayla. But Kayla's saying, oh, it's a different throw. They must throw their rocks straighter than Team BC, and they picked up on that already. Than Team Quebec, rather.
Back.
Right.
Hey, almost bored.
Hold
Hey,
on, no.
Sarah.
That's got a long way to curl.
Go, Sarah.
Hard, Sarah.
Hard.
There's a lot more rotation on this rock.
Hard. You gotta
Sarah
touch
Loken.
it. You gotta touch it. Go.
If you do touch it, watch out now.
Okay.
So gets the separation, unlocks them. Shot rock
Yeah,
definitely
call.
belongs
Call
to
5, yeah.
Quebec. Very, very close for second shot.
Do you want to call a time? I think it's worth it. Yeah.
So an early timeout being called by Quebec here in 5.
I like that too. Most teams want to save them till the end. A, you might not need them, and B, if it's a really complicated situation, you're going to burn a ton of time.
Seems stupid, but I almost want to guard it. They're second? Yeah, they're second. Okay.
Non, je pense qu'on est deuxième, mais c'est quoi le
Non,
risque
je
que
pense
tu vois?
qu'on est- je pense qu'on est-
OK. C'est quoi le risque que tu vois?
I don't
Pourquoi t'as
know,
collé ton
so-
temps? Toi, t'as peur de ça?
Like this is
Okay.
this is going into this.
Yeah.
Ou sinon, elle pogne
non,
le back,
ouais,
puis-
c'est
like
ça.
this is super flat.
Yeah, that's really flat.
Yeah, that's not a
OK.
concern.
Donc, qu'est-ce que tu te posais comme question?
What if we like just hit and rolled in off that?
I don't know.
Just like
On
tap
n'a pas
off that.
fait
Off that
le
back
faire
one?
un double.
Yeah, try to
Ouais,
come
OK.
to that back
Tu
one,
veux-tu-
so like here.
Ouais.
Then you give her a pocket.
Oui, ça, c'est pas,
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
c'est pas pire. En
then
même
you have
temps,
the-
s'il a fait ça, là,
Yeah, but then
et
it's
là,
probably
là, t'as un
there's
double
still not going
catcher.
anywhere if we have a pocket.
Yeah, I just feel like if we go here, then she
Oui.
goes here.
Yeah, I agree.
OK.
You have this.
OK. Donc, à ce moment-là, un petit peu plus haut, est-ce qu'elle peut après ça faire le double avec les jaunes? Tu sais, comprends-tu? Si on regarde là, il est quand même...
They go there. They go there. We go there. You ever tap the 7?
Well, he's covered almost every option.
You just don't want to set up a triple.
Yeah.
Là, moi, je le vois pas d'ici, là. Thank you. Je le vois pas d'ici, là. Mais est-ce que si tu mets une rouge en top, est-ce qu'elle peut faire un double?
Right.
Yeah, I guess it could like.
It all goes. It makes it easier for her.
What are we seeing?
Can you afford to leave that yellow,
Is this
the
not?
BC Stone T-line 8-foot?
I
Can you
just feel
afford to
like she
leave that
blasts
there?
this and like.
I think,
I know. Yeah.
Joanne, that's somewhere in there is what you need to do. Because first of all, if you don't guard this with peel weight, you can get rid of 2 for sure, and maybe even that one across there if you get the right angle. So there goes everything. You can get to that yellow one that Vic's talking about on our left-hand side easily.
We can play this, and then it at least unlocks it.
He talked about guarding in the 12-foot. He talks about coming in around that way.
Like the pocket's
Save
big.
that one for later.
Here.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, make it. You got it.
Tolerance is making.
I love that tolerance.
Wayne
I'll
Bedell
bet-
would say
I'll bet-
control the front.
Bet he's got an idea.
I would think. He said it's more difficult watching.
Okay, feel like a 35?
Well, that's the difference from some of the timeouts we've seen this week where you hear Reed Carruthers go out and say, here's the shot, here's what I think. He's very definitive. There were a lot of options offered just now, but nothing that was really concrete, and it really left the team still wondering what it is we should do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we saw that with Ryan Fry as well with Team Ontario.
Gotta go.
Also coming out,
Top 12.
Just top 12.
almost laying down the law when it comes to making a
Top
decision.
12. 3. Let it die.
This rock curled
Just
and
let it die.
died early. They
okay,
yelled
that's a
top
good
12
plan,
out of her
B.
hand,
Goodness.
but it just caught some early curl.
But they got the guard.
They got the shot you wanted, Russ.
Yes.
So you must be happy.
It's all about me. No, I think
What'd you get, 50?
PC was going to come in there with a lot of speed if they get tight to that guard. Not that it was easy. You kill at least 2 of those. Everything's behind the T line. BC's out of a mess.
Like the ice? Okay.
BC can get in here for second shot, that rock will be extremely difficult to remove.
We can wait. Line only. Okay. Line only. Whoa. T back 4. Whoa. Back 4. No.
Whoa, no.
We're back 4.
Yeah.
Back
No,
8.
no.
Whoa. Whoa. Just let it come off. Okay. Let it come off. Let it come off. That's not bad there. Okay.
Shot.
Good call, guys. 14-6.
Okay, so same kick, but just better.
Yeah, just more positive.
Just nice and clean.
Emily Riley.
Yep, line.
Right out of her hands. They got her.
All right, guys.
Weight's close. T-line.
All right, Kelly. See?
Hard kill, push.
And all right. Rutledge left.
T-line. Whoa, curl. Curl. Curl.
Caught it by. Now where are they going to go here? Where are they going to go here?
Atta girl.
Nice, Em.
Nice sweep, you guys.
And they are second shot. They are sitting
Very
two.
good sweep.
Very nice.
Shot.
It's like BC makes a nice
If you
come
get on that
around.
one,
Quebec
40.
makes a
Yeah.
better one.
Okay.
It's a couple times now.
It'll curl in here really nicely.
And the difference
we take
again,
a little bit
BC is
outside.
throwing weight that's
Give
there
us
on
an
its
end of
own,
space, yeah.
or maybe a little heavy, whereas Quebec is using their sweepers.
Yeah.
That was a cracky voice.
Yeah. Top button. Yeah.
See that yellow just short of the rings. They could, BC could run that back and make the double also.
Counting that other side. Okay.
This
Or
is
drive
tough.
it back across the face.
Yeah,
I
not
think speed's
not
similar,
easy,
it's
but
just
and
like
this is even a better outcome if you can make this one. But
That's
this is the one they
scary.
over curled before.
Scary without hammer to open
Yeah.
things up. That would do Quebec a favor.
You have to miss it, yeah.
It's close. Top 43. Top button. Top
Skip
4.
Stone's here in
Nice
5.
good.
Yeah.
Top button. Line
Clancy
good.
Glandy.
Still running. Still running.
Oh no, line's good.
Still running.
Good.
All you. Close for line.
Whoa.
4-3. Northern Ontario leads Newfoundland and Labrador. Final stone coming up here for Krista McCarville.
Well, Stacey Curtis hit to lie 2. And Krista exchanged the hit, and now it is shot stone that belongs to Newfoundland, and Labrador needs to get to the inside to not jam on her own for 2.
And just touched her own on the way by. So it'll be just the single that goes on the board for Northern Ontario. 5-3. Going to the break.
Our sheet, Clancy Grandy just made an outstanding draw. There was one spot for that rock to go, Russ. She
Yeah.
put it right there. The
She
sweepers
did.
managed it beautifully. No panic from anyone.
And here comes the yellow rays. Yeah, that's brilliant. Just they just knew where that was going. It's that simple.
And we've barely seen any rocks on this side. Was outstanding.
Yellow, red, red. Or, sorry, yellow, red onto yellow. Glance by. If you get it perfect, you might be sitting 3.
Nine.
Laurie St. George.
Yes.
First.
Whoa.
Rutledge calling line. Now it's up to Riley. What do you got here? Here goes. Here goes. Oh, how's that?
Great shot. Great shot, Lori. Atta
Great
girl.
shot, Lori.
Thanks.
Oh, it's
sweep, my friend.
absolute
Oh, that was
night and day with this team.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And to Russ's point, BC is making great shots, and Quebec is answering back every single time.
Yeah, they are. They're standing there and hammering each other. Center of the ring.
BC could have played that. It was their color coming in there. But
Count the 6.
how good was that?
And she didn't overthrow it either, just normal weight.
Do the same shot.
Could.
This is a hair higher.
Yeah.
If you can hit what you can see of that
Not sure.
top red one on the inside.
I'm not sure if I
You can call a time if you want.
Yeah,
Very
maybe.
best shot is if you could somehow get a good piece of that. This one
so.
actually goes back here somewhere. This one you might get lucky through here, and that one could go a little bit that
Just
way
not
too.
Sure.
You'd have to throw it really hard, but I think this thing's in the way enough that you can't throw it hard.
Like this.
And the issue is
Yeah, I know.
the red rock close to the center line, just biting the top button, is a little bit higher than the red on the edge of the forefoot.
It's going always over here, and I'm just not sure that I can.
Do you have
Might
anything
leave her
else,
shot
though?
for 3
Right.
anyhow.
Let's see what Nick thinks.
Might have to make this again.
What does that leave her with?
Just don't quite think it does us any good.
No, I don't think we really have anything
draw
except for
again.
try and draw the lid, hope she
Yeah,
misses.
the only other option is like
Yeah.
in
we're
off, but I think that's harder.
Probably still giving up 3 though.
I know, I think
with
so.
the draw.
Same
Yeah.
draw again, at least we've made it.
Yeah.
And even if you would end up like just freezing the top one, she might not have a draw for 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we take our chances, draw the pin, hope she misses.
Yeah.
And like if we're biting top button, sitting second, that's
Ideal will be like between the 2 reds,
Yeah,
like just
exactly.
1
Yeah.
inch past the top one.
Yeah. But if we're here,
Even as long as you kind of tuck a piece behind
yeah,
the yellow at
it's
least.
not the end of the world.
But if she can see more than half, she can just play it onto the shot and probably stick the shooter here as well. So you kind of have to be on the button, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the button is better.
You could definitely throw
Same
a
ice, Kayla.
bullet and get rid of that one. And because that red hits that first, it should, with peel weight, spin and get it out this way a little bit. That would be the only other option, because even though we just watched this being made, this is difficult.
Almost the exact same spot as her first one would be perfect. Can you do it twice?
Could be that 2 feet faster here too. I guess they swept that a bit.
I thought bigger kick.
Agreed. It's more.
Same
Weight
line.
on it is more.
Right now it is.
Okay.
Quebec
Down
sitting
the
the
same
2.
line.
Final
Okay, still
stone
too
for
much.
British Columbia and Glandy
Back.
Grandy here. And at front end,
forward.
Dubé and Loken are just walking.
Trying.
Sit down. Sit.
No.
Or Lenny, push. Push.
And it'll go. Now it looks. It'd be a little bit of a measure, those 3 around the edge.
So I was 40. I mean, it's still the draw. So she can tap
Here?
I mean, you draw the
Straight
draw the button,
We see that
and then
we
you'd
have
measure
that.
for the
Here's
4th point.
I'm surprised the 14-3 stopped back there.
I know. Well, they didn't touch it the whole way down.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Easy.
2 world champions, and
Just need full 4. Okay.
Don knows
50, Lori.
Yeah. 50
his
would be
team
great.
is in a better situation than Dean and those in BC.
Great shots by Quebec. This the whole end.
Bit soft. Hair, no.
Line's
It's
good.
close. Back
Super
foot
clear.
now.
Well
Need the
then.
backing.
Need the backing. Well then.
Let it work.
Not moving yet. Not moving yet.
So a little hot,
Still needs backing.
We're backing.
Can't go yet.
needing the backing.
Okay, now Kelly. Yep.
Now help it over. Kelly Madaw.
Okay, stop.
And Rubs rolls off now. They're going to sit, and you're going to measure. That looks like it might be enough for the thirds.
Yeah, we'll move these 2.
Take those 2
Yeah, 2
away,
for
thanks.
sure.
And we'll have a look. It's the one, the Yellowstone, just on the tee line there at around 9 o'clock. That's the one that could save BC, I think.
I think this one's outcounting that one, but you can have a look. Thought we can measure all 3.
No, I still think it's red, and we can measure.
So 2 for sure. And we'll bring out the measuring stick.
Yeah.
Just that, did she overthrow it, her last one, you think, Joe?
Yeah, and that was the third rock down that line, and we've seen this week, it seems, if you haven't thrown a spot in a while, the first one is maybe a little bit slower, the second one runs better, and then that third one seems to be what surprises teams by just how much better it gets.
Ready?
Yep.
Seven.
Pass the
Just
7.
pass 7.
Oh,
That's really close.
okay.
So that one is for sure.
So 3.
So definitely red.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to change the setting on this.
Okay.
Just under 4.
Yeah.
Just under 4.
Uh,
Okay, I'm gonna move that one.
Okay.
So when it's this close, when they reset that needle, they want to have the dial going higher and higher up. That's where you will see the difference. When she reset it, she went a little bit lower.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure they were around the 7 on the first time around. They got to get up to the 8 or 9 range.
This official is Patty Caldwell. She has been a longtime official, and she is one of the selected Canadian officials that will be in Sweden at the Women's Worlds.
6.5, sorry.
wow.
So she will call on Diane Barker, who is the head official for the event, if she cannot make the decision. And Diane will make her way out and make the final decision.
Like, for sure shot.
So 3 they have in their pocket, Quebec.
Yeah.
They're just a different team. Joe, we've watched them struggle those first couple of days and then turn it around in the last, as you say, 48 hours.
Yeah, the really impressive piece for Quebec is just how they were able to turn it around so quickly. Speaks to a lot of mental toughness.
Smidge passed. Tie goes to the runner.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Tie.
Tie stones.
Yeah.
Tie,
Yep.
which means neither one of them
Neither.
counts.
Nope.
They would score 3.
So 3 it is, yep. Wow.
Yeah.
Don't see it very often.
No.
But 3's a big number. Look at this. We'll go to the break. After all that, and Quebec leads it 6-2.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. By Home Hardware, here's how. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
So what have you got now, Nicholas Adine? You got to come up with a little bit of a strategy here as BC find themselves down at the break. And check the numbers after 5.
Yeah, and it was a critical double by Clancy Glandy, game saving in the 4th end to keep them in it. But Team Quebec is reading the ice a bit better. They're finding the top of the house. The Emily Riley is struggling though, and it's Laurie St. George that's keeping them in the game with her big shots late.
Numbers after 5 brought to you by PointsBet Canada. It's the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. Very impressive they are. And they lead by 4, Quebec, on this Wednesday night. Hook this in and stop. Oh, and it does! Goodness gracious.
Lovely shot for 2.
Wonderful shot. Ontario is going to win it. Yes, just one more day of round robin remains, and it all starts tomorrow. Brian and Kathy will have it for you 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time as Andrea Kelly at 3 losses. Rachel Holman, Ontario, trying to avoid a third and put herself in a great position to move on. Remembering now just 3 teams will advance out of each pool of 9. That's a huge 3 points. So 6-2, Quebec leads at BC with last rock here as we welcome you back to start this 6th on Wednesday night in Kamloops.
Same line. 2, 3.
Definitely
1,
go
2, 2. Just 2.
High 2.
Hard. Switch. Finish it then. Hard. Hard, Lanny.
Just a spectacular end by Quebec, like every single shot.
Keep going. Okay, good.
I think just max. Just give us a couple feet less.
So we know in Pool A, Carrie Anderson is through, and now the battle is for 2nd and 3rd, and there you see the big bunch. You just want to avoid getting to 3, as we know that that's probably the limit. And then we know McCarville and Jones are through. Northern Ontario's on the ice tonight. A win over Newfoundland and Labrador, and they would get first place by virtue of their first draw win over Jones and Manitoba. And again, the key there, the first place teams in each group avoid the elimination game that comes on Friday.
Let's go, Lenny. 40.
Line's head tight.
So important if you're Team Quebec. Can't peel those guards with the 5 rock rule, but we've seen a lot of rocks sliding behind the tee line. It's very, very fast out there. They have to be so careful to keep the rocks above the tee line. If they slip deep,
We're almost 2 hours.
you'll just help Team BC.
We're 2 hours. Okay, yep, straight then.
Over curl here, come out the other side.
Oh. All right.
Tough one.
I'd stay on it.
Game on now.
Try
A
to
lot
get to
of
the nose.
shrapnel out front for British Columbia to
Throw here.
create some errors. Yeah, they're
Well, a key game again. You need to stay at 3 losses. That is what the Territories and Kerry Galusha are trying to do. With Joanne Rizzo throwing the 4th stone.
And this really is about conceding a point. It has been all Team Scheidegger on Casey's finals. She blocked the path to the stone that is completely covering the hearts. So for Joanne, trying to get full forefoot, will give up the point, but needs to get there to only give up 1.
You gotta go line. Go, push, Sarah, push. You gotta go line.
Okay, well, we're okay, we're okay.
Or red further back though.
Good enough.
11.
Yep, 1.
Oh, very nice.
Nearly made it.
She almost did. Still a great shot.
So never.
Good sweep, you guys.
So the lead goes to Scheidegger. Casey and the team from Lethbridge.
Yep.
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 Emily Riley.
Gotta keep it there.
Nice little rearrange by BC. Moves the Quebec rocks out of the 4-foot.
Gets through the hole, roll it over, and sit down.
Okay, good. Okay.
Well, here we go, McCarville against Newfoundland and Labrador, and is it McCarville sitting the one?
It is McCarville sitting the one, but with a quiet weight, if Stacy can chip it sideways, it brings into 3 other stones. She tried to freeze on her first, was a little bit deep. It is the one at the back of the 4-foot. And so a chance to go to school on the line and the weight.
From the Remax Center, the St. John's Curling Club, Stacy Curtis in a 6th appearance at the Scotties. And 1 yellow it's going to be, so steal of 1. Northern Ontario.
Jeez. No, leave it. Okay. Okay. Good sweep.
A little bit more movement than they were expecting to the wing there.
40.
It's been very gradual towards the middle, so you kind of have to assume it might move a bit more.
It has all week, hasn't it? But
nice work by BC. They've got guards out front and rocks behind the tee line. Because there's no double peel or easy clearing shot available, Quebec has to stay on the offense here, Russ.
Yeah, no question.
Let it work.
T. Back 4. Back 4.
Straight.
Really run it.
No.
Back 8.
Yeah, straight. Back 8.
Comes another one to the wrong side of the tee line.
Oh. And all the way through after a little glancing blow.
14-1.
Oh, was it?
32.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So.
With that extra weight, the line ran a lot straighter. They almost called the audible to get the graze off the side. The corner guard for the yellow.
There's no double.
She almost seemed surprised, though, at the number.
Yeah, like she didn't realize it was maybe that quick.
Right.
Yeah, interesting.
To be here off in the 4-foot. Dead buried.
It's funny though, it's been this fast all game. It's mentally in the hack. Every time you set up, you actually have to think, okay, I'm throwing a halfway guard here. And when you're up by 4, your brain doesn't want to let you do that sometimes.
I always think too, the little pebble they put down on that slide path in the 5th end break, and that muscle memory, you just kick out and you slide a little farther than you think you're going to.
Close. Like to go.
You can go.
Okay, line's good.
Line's
Top
fine.
8.
Well, all kinds of stuff to work with now.
Top 8.
This could be big trouble for Team Quebec.
You gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go.
Right there.
Top 12.
Hard then.
Yep. Just tight.
Dubé,
I'll go in, sir.
Loken,
Go.
now Glandy.
Hard.
And can't get it there. I mean, listen, I understand,
I think you still have to go that
but
way.
BC has been given the opportunities. They just haven't taken advantage.
For sure.
Just on the wrong side of it. This is their first Scotties, so they came off of a very dramatic win against Wildcard 1 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
That's mentally exhausting. You're up so high with the adrenaline, and then you have an hour to turn yourself around.
It's hard.
No line. No line. No line.
Top 8. Line's good. Gotta go, Bit. Top 8. Yeah. Straight. Where are we?
Trying to hold it up now is Madog and want to come through this hole here. Come through. And yes, they get through. Now where's it going to go? And finally digs in. Look at that. Top of the button.
Okay.
It's really sliding, eh?
Yeah.
Sorry. It's okay. It's just that extra few feet after the break.
Yeah, there you go. This is tough, though, isn't it? I think this is the hardest shot out here because that's a lot of ice, and you'd love to bump it. But you go maybe back 12 here, this isn't going to hit a thing. It's going to go right by everything.
This is a hard shot with a lot of curl at the end, and we're not seeing big swing.
Right.
This is extremely difficult. But you have to go after this red rock. Its top button has to be moved.
T line. Close. Back 4. Close. Back 4. Back 8.
Kayla McMillan,
Back 8, back 12.
not a lick, not a brush. Now, a little bit.
Back 12. Lynn. Whoa.
Bay,
Whoa.
there's a little push and
Okay,
just
Kayla.
puts it right back to the face. Shot rock still belongs to Quebec.
That's how quick it is, and part of the reason is what you just said, where it's straighter today. If it's straighter, it's quicker. The best way to remember with swingy ice, if it swings, it's a longer distance between point A and point B, therefore it's a little slower than you think. In this case, it's the exact opposite. The first call out of their hand was D-line, the brushers. Then somebody said back 4, then somebody said back 8, and halfway down they're yelling back 12.
Let's go, Lord. Are we 1?
Yeah.
We're 2.
I think
Give
just
us the
one.
chance.
Ooh, hard to tell, eh?
Yeah.
We just won.
Pretty good effort, though, wasn't it? At least
It's
it kicked
cold,
the
but-
dangerous rock out in the
Okay,
open.
really sliding.
Yeah.
Mine was 45.
Also hung
So you
on
can
for
throw
second shot. Pressure on Laurie St. George.
I said this up for the entire way.
Okay, true.
I mean, even full 4 is good.
Okay, 55, Laurie, you got it.
She's been using her sweepers for most of the game.
Are you surprised, Russ, they're coming in?
Yeah, they could hit that, but it's a tricky hit. If they're not going to hit it, I like coming in for sure.
Yeah, easy line. Back 4 right now. Back 4. Back 8. Back 8. Back 8.
She's been so good at these two.
Back 12.
Can we come off the yellow?
Kelly.
Yeah, now they're playing that audible. Look at that. Wow. And it will get there for her second shot. Now maybe showing through that hole on the intern side. But that was late. Somebody said, can we come off the yellow? And they went, yeah, okay, let's do that.
Yeah. I could throw
Yeah,
like
45.
it's just crazy.
It's just, yeah.
And it hangs.
Heads up call from the sweepers and just the specific language they're using when they're judging weight. They're not just saying, oh, it's heavy. They're saying it's back 12. And the line caller can play off of that and call that audible and get that wick.
Spot and just like move them, leave my shooter here.
They might still sit 2 though. I guess then you could play this into
It's
the.
just, yeah, we
middle.
can't do this because she's got
I was
that.
wondering if you just make this, kill 7 and 2, and then roll like over here.
Okay. Yeah.
If she plays the draw, then you have a chase maybe for 3. If she hits 1, we
Okay.
get 2.
So like 11 type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make
I think
sure,
they're going to
yeah,
try
we get-
this. The only problem with it is something's going to stay. Which is not too bad. The other thing you could do is be a little more patient, kick it out of there, roll over to this type of area, and then there's a simple double. So then
Try and make the roll.
Quebec's
and
got to
see
make a
if we can
decision on either one of those yellows.
like the one I'm hitting and
You might just sink another one, and then you're in trouble. But 4 down, you're officially in trouble already.
And the problem is there's a red guard on the center line that's in the way, Russ. Can't throw this with any weight.
No, that's why I was suggesting just a hack weight or hit and roll buried behind the corner. Then you could make that back double if they leave it for you.
Clancy Grandy in her first here in 6.
10.
Sarah?
That measurement, the time used for that measure in 5 has this game now slightly behind the others. And through it goes. Away the shooter goes. And it's now Quebec still sitting 1 for sure. I think second shot belongs to BC.
Yeah, I don't know why that wasn't just hack weight. Rolling out wasn't an option.
I like a 9.
I love a 9. Make the yellow disappear. You
Yeah.
got it.
Let's go, Laurie.
I don't think it's gonna move much.
I agree.
No, now it's a 9. It should.
This is almost negative
Nice
ice.
and clean.
Yeah, squeeze.
I believe the nose is pretty good here, Russ. The broom is inside of the nose.
But if you leave it right there, don't you leave BC a chance to come off it and into it to shot. To get
Yes.
Hard, Kelly.
But it's only for 1.
Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa! Roll it!
Oh, look at that. It's going to roll in and
Nice.
They are now sitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Good job, Lori.
So you're facing 6 with your last, Clancy Grandy.
Hey, good call.
This way.
The intern's the best angle to get at the shot rock, but you've got to negotiate this port.
Problem rests with the out turn, though, is if you're ever a shade heavy, there's no curl.
That's what
then
I mean.
you're going to run that picket fence right out the back.
Exactly. So this is the best option, but you don't get through. You're down 10.
What kind of way? And get through the hole
All
with like a
Quebec stones are in play.
Stay on the face of the red one.
One at that back over here, just behind the cashmere, the guard, and then the 6 in the house.
I guess it's sort of like back 8.
Final stone, and do they ever need it now? Clancy Grandy.
Heavy. Wait.
Got to get off the corner.
Just through. Sarah, go.
Look out, look out, look out. Here it comes.
Hard.
Now they found the hole. Now where's it going to go? You don't want to bounce off and ricochet. Oh, that is a pressure shot. Clancy Grandy facing 6. And will live to play another end. Wednesday night here in Kamloops, 4 games on the ice, and bringing us up to date, here's Kathy.
Well, we talked about Caitlin Law's tough loss earlier today, and they're venting their frustration on poor Nunavut team at 95%. They are missing absolutely nothing. And for Curtis, we talked about Stacey Curtis played so well in that loss to Andrea Kelly today, just really struggling to find that. And the McCarville team, with the exception of Ashley Sippel at 65%, they're all way up there. And that's what they wanted, our feature sheet. Well, you've seen what's going on. And finally, the Galusha sheet, the high level of thievery, finding a way to tie themselves back up. And with the exception of the last end, Casey Scheidegger has been in tough when she sat in the half.
Every slide you make, every move, we watch them all here with our cameras, so you can see it at home from the Scotties.
It's not too late.
4 sheets in play. So a must make, obviously. Facing 6. To pick up 1, down 6-3, and once again, Quebec has last rock playing the Red Stars.
That shot was so hard that Clancy made for one, especially missing her first wide. If you're ever narrow there, it's a steal of 6. Just a really nice throw, very well controlled with the weight. Keeps their team in it.
Hard line. Line's good.
You need those shots from your skip in a championship. You just can't ask for them too many times.
She drew the button 2 ends ago, and then St. George took it away from her.
Just enough to slip behind the tee line.
Try the double peel here. It's a bit of an angle. Not much curl here.
Alana Rutledge.
Okay, sorry, Lani. Good throw.
Good one. Split center.
Yeah. Keep the separation here.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
With how fast the speed is tonight, these high guards are so hard.
6-3, Northern Ontario leads Newfoundland and Labrador. But right now it's a team from St. John's that is sitting the 1.
Well, and an opportunity to bring this game very much within reach. We talked about Stacey Curtis earlier today, made shot after shot after shot. And again, it's a tough loss to come off of, and they started slow, but they have been putting more and more pressure on the Northern Ontario team. This is a draw for 2, needs forefoot though.
Very, very, very long guard put up by BC. Watch out now, don't spill off. That will work for 2, Newfoundland and Labrador.
2 reds. is just curling there. Wow. The reverse.
That's a frustrated look from
That works.
Stacey Curtis, mentioned in her 6th appearance. Last was 18 in Penticton. She's a former Canadian junior champion.
Highland?
Okay. This will be less than both Lindsay and I, so it should be good. Okay. Look at it there.
Steady diet of guards here. They're in pretty good shape, albeit back of the button, totally hidden.
I have to think at some point, if the double peel continues to be missed, they would come in top button, sit 2 undercover.
Easy. Let it run a bit. Let it run a bit. Sarah's rock. To your broom.
Good view of the amount of curl.
Good. Good.
Just think if that's 3 feet heavier, it's not guarding anything. Very good speed control.
And looks like nice movement on this side of the sheet.
Yeah.
The rest, everything was hanging on the other side.
Definitely more curl in the intern.
That's an 18.45 second from hog to hog with no sweeping, just dusted. Very fast.
Clean.
Madonna.
Clean. Get out.
And they'll just get the top one.
With how high that guard is, if you take on the double peel and you just miss it, you run the risk of leaving your shooter right there, which would be a disaster. So Quebec's making a smart call, just taking the one.
Yeah, line's more important.
4-3. Scheidegger, Lethbridge leading Galusha. Trying to stay at 3 losses. Joanne Rizzo throwing 4 stone.
Well, trying to guard is what Casey was on her last stone, was trying to be right on top, but wound up side by each. The only way to get into that mix is to run the corner guard.
Oh, goodness. Wow, Joanne Rizzo.
She is having so much fun this week.
And, you know, as mentioned, she, I think she wanted to give it up last year, didn't she, after
She
the
did.
season? Yeah.
Carrie said they had to convince her to come back and throw 4th stones. What a return.
What a shot.
To play at the highest level.
Good shot.
Oh, boy, that's nice. Laying it right down on top.
Good job.
You can't run and hide with the no tick roll now. If the lead cooperates and gets 2 guards out in front, 5 rock roll, you can do stuff like this. And the team that's played so well in the case of Quebec has to keep earning it from now on.
And full credit to BC, those high guards were placed very well, didn't allow for a double peel. They've had issues with weight control and draws, and they've played a perfect end so far.
Emily Riley. What do you got? Oh, boy.
Just missed it.
I think replace the guard for sure on this one. Just here is good.
I hear
Actually,
that.
you can
Just
give me a hair
replace the
more
guard.
because we're going to be a bit deeper than the high
Right.
ones. Yeah.
Halfway is probably. Probably good.
Like kind of halfway depth is
Okay.
ideal.
Yeah.
Split center.
Yep.
Okay.
Speed's
They've
still really
actually-
nice here. Almost.
Le pire, là,
better than
à un moment donné,
it
ça a commencé à curler. J'étais genre, oh my god, on va la perdre.
I know.
Puis là, finalement.
They've actually played
They
an
can't
end
also
where
crush.
even Laurie St. George can't outdraw that spot. Taking a little more ice.
It's good.
They want this guard tighter to the rings than the previous ones, so allowing for more curl since it has to go farther.
Line's good.
Higher than the line is line. Split center.
It's all about line.
Good. Gotta curl a bit if you're light.
Yeah, you got to split center.
Gotta split center. Yep.
Yep.
Right to the end. Right to
Finish.
the end. Gotta
Hard.
go. Hard, Liz.
Hard.
Go.
Hard.
Right to the end. Go. Great sweeping.
Good. Good sweep.
I think they're going to peel or maybe even try the run back. But the other thing you could think about is just coming down with soft weight and just tap that over and tap that over. And then you've got something to use. If you, I don't know, let's say it stopped there and there, then you could either raise them in or come in off and try to get rid of at least one of those yellows. Steal a 2 would not be ideal for Quebec.
No.
Are they going straight back or just peeling? Did you notice?
I think they're playing straight back, Russ.
Makes sense.
It's like guard, basically.
If you don't
Yeah.
disrupt these rocks on the button on this shot, a 1 steal would be a win for
You're
Team
right.
Quebec.
That's what I'm getting at. So I kind of like that split on the outturn side.
We have to make noise in the house here.
Yeah, the difficulty is just that, to my mind. That's why many wouldn't play it, because to leave stuff around and not go after the shot rocks, that's very difficult to deal with.
Yep. Yes. Hard down. Yeah. Hard.
Roll it.
Oh, now she's going to leave her own out there.
Yikes.
It might be worth it.
I think so.
Oh, yeah. You just lock another one in
Play
there.
this a bunch,
Sit
you
3.
know it. It's a little nice and you decide.
As long as you don't move it, I think Laurie St. George is she's gonna make a really good shot to give up a steal of 2.
Good.
Yeah, the tolerance here is light. If you're heavy and you jiggle things around, you might leave something for Quebec to limit.
Yeah, deadlock it on the nose. You guys like this?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's worth it. Let's just stack them up.
Okay.
Perfect end by BC.
It's good.
Line climb.
Belt close.
Top four.
Okay, you can go if you need to.
Got room still.
Top 4.
Room.
Line's good, guys.
Lock it on.
Whoa.
Sarah's.
Whoa.
Sarah's.
Weight's perfect.
Trying to lock it on, lay it right on top.
Sarah.
Go, no, easy. Yep, go now.
Always Sarah. Sarah.
Yep, go now,
Sarah.
go.
Yep. Hard. That's good.
Wow.
Good shot.
That's just
Wow.
nice curling, boy.
Good judge.
Now what do you do, B?
Really good.
Quebec.
Good sweep, guys. Yeah.
Well, the hard part, there's a slight angle, Joanne, so I'm not sure you can get at that top one because of the guard.
Your only option might be to come in off there's a red rock
Corner, yeah.
in the corner.
Always Sarah. Sarah.
Yep, go now, go.
Yep. Hard. That's good.
Good shot.
I like both.
Can you ever play the outturn draw
I think your draw
and limit a steal of 2?
Your draw weight has been great.
Yeah, you can go like that, get rid of,
I think that's still a 2 steal, though.
probably, yes.
Touch the
So
button.
that's probably a steal of 2. You could come down here, whisker the guard, and maybe, just maybe get that one to move enough.
I think
And I think, even though it's impossible, that's probably the easiest shot to hit something.
Okay, we need a piece of the button, so.
Okay, you got it.
55.
Wow. You're never safe, eh, with the no tick.
Well, imagine now going back to that,
55.
the 6th, when Glandy was facing 6.
Right.
And she makes a terrific shot to get the single, and now she has a tie game sitting on the button
Go ahead.
That's fine.
right away.
T-line. Wait.
Needs to draw the side of the button just to give up a steal of 2.
Okay, line's good.
Wait there.
Line's good.
Wait there.
Ada
Yep.
and Riley.
Yep.
Rutledge calling line. Needs the side of the button. How good is that?
Good shot.
Oh,
That's the best she could have done.
that's amazing. Now
really
you
is.
pull them away, and it's no doubt it's 2.
Brilliant shot.
That is really, really special. How good was the shot? You will remember that. Yeah, but we gave up a steal, but it was brilliant. We've got a game again. Look at that. Steal of 2 in 7, and BC has gotten back within 1 as we welcome you back on this Wednesday night to Kamloops, BC. One more day of round robin play tomorrow. And once again, it'll be Quebec that does have the last rock playing the Red Stars.
Yep, goalies. Yep. Just line them up. Good.
Okay.
It's funny,
Yeah.
you're one up with
I'll try and throw it to you guys. Yeah, you got it.
both those rocks you can legally tick. And very few teams do it anymore.
Yeah, even last end, to start the end, the high guard wasn't on the center line, and Quebec still didn't elect to play the tick.
I guess if you can draw the button every time, you don't worry about guards.
Yeah, the problem, though, was that the rock went behind the tee line, and then a top 12 foot, and it acted as another guard. So
Right.
those lead rocks are so important.
Keep it moving.
And I wonder too, Russ, if when you play the tick, you may be ticking it into a place that it could maybe get in the path of a draw.
That's true. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when they're off center, you have to roll your shooter that much farther.
But look how this is playing
So
out.
this is exactly the same as last end,
Yeah.
Russ.
There's 4 rocks that Quebec's not happy with.
Sorry.
And apologies.
Yeah.
Lindsay Dubé.
Line's good. Hard line. Line's good. Right on it. Line's good. Right on it. Yep. Yep. Hard. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Hard.
Yep. Hard, Kayla.
Go,
Go, go,
Hard.
go, go, go. Good shot, Linz. Good feet.
Looks familiar. Beautiful.
Good pair.
Yeah, they've sorted out
Go, Annie.
their draw speed control at the break. Nothing's been heavy since.
Yep. Yep.
Now they're peeling the guards that they could have ticked. It's close.
There has been a momentum change for
Okay.
sure.
Oh my God. I think we need to line up.
Split center.
It was 6-2
Okay.
Quebec at the break.
Try to keep it a little on this.
Play the same turn you just played.
Just make the adjustment.
Yep.
The problem for Team Quebec, all they've been doing is peeling now. They will have to continue to peel this end to get themselves out of it, and all BC is doing is throwing draws. So this game is close again, and BC is very comfortable with the speed on the ice now.
Halfway. Well then. Okay. Halfway.
To my broom.
Well, easy.
Hair higher than your broom. Okay, I think we're
Easy.
easy then. Easy, easy, easy.
Sit.
It's good.
Out turn. Okay.
You got it.
Could try to
Come on,
come
Maddie.
around and release that frozen position. If you tick the red, you'd have to split again to open it up. There's nothing wrong with the double peel either. You're just going to have to make one of these pretty soon.
Nice.
He gets rid of a couple of BC stones, leaves their own Quebec long center guard. Shot rock still belongs to the team from Vancouver.
I think we're doing this for now. Okay. Okay.
Just a 3.
Could lock another one in.
Similar to what I threw last time then.
Yeah, speed's still nice on this side.
Scott, halfway. Hard then.
Kayla McMillan.
My broom.
They're looking for a tight guard. They want maximum separation
You're holding the line.
from the red Quebec rock that's on the center line. Makes the double peel harder. The more space there is in between.
No, we're past. We're past.
Okay, just keep dragging it. Keep dragging it. Yep, finish. Yep, yep, yep. Hard, 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 hard. Okay, good sweeping, guys.
It's close to half. Tu vois pas ma brosse, hein? No, I see it.
And we have our first final, and it's a win for wild card Laws as they bounce back after that loss from this afternoon.
Well, you'll see that Jocelyn Peterman is not with the team. She played the first 6 and then took herself out of the game. And the Curling Canada rules are that only 2 people can sit on the bench. And so because Lisa Weigel is here as their coach and Selena is here as their inactive alternate, Jocelyn had to leave the playing service. And so that is why she was not there for the handshakes.
Same thing, like full four is better than bouncing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make their move now. Try to lock it in. It's just like last end. Might be a hair harder here. It's the straighter of the two sides. Not that it won't get there, but going to be a little closer to the guard.
We're a little late.
Hey, you can. Lines. Easy.
Just top 8.
Curling.
Top 4.
Lock it in.
Getting good.
Legs to go.
Get it here for speed. Line's
really
good.
Yep.
Line's perfect. Drag it, drag it, drag it. Go, Lance, go. You got a good one. Yep.
Boy, do you ever. This looks familiar.
Man, oh man.
Really good. Good judge, guys.
Just such a calm way to manage that too. That was such a precise shot, and the line caller wasn't overcalling anything. Sweeper is super calm.
Well managed.
It shows a team that's played 14 events together this year.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Riley.
Yep. Whoa.
1, 2,
Good try,
and very nice. That opens up everything. And then rolls the shooter away too.
Nice one, huh?
Needed that. She's been out curled.
Yeah, she really did need that.
Not really.
It's gonna be tough to score.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to score.
On va voir où là, va falloir que je te lance un
Halfway. Like halfway, I think is good.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Straight guard that yellow.
Line's
Nice
imperative.
here still.
Yeah.
If you could leave a piece open, Quebec can hammer one of them out of there and take away that red problem rock.
Halfway tight. 3.
Tight. Yeah. There right now. Wait.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Newfoundland and Labrador. Look at this.
Well, and what you couldn't see is there is a guard on top of it. Krista tried to get by it on the first. She ticked it over, and Newfoundland Labrador replaced it. So it is not as easy as you think. They are not wide open.
Well, a struggle for her tonight, just 69%. That's the low for the week so far. Lily. Oh, it's going to roll off. Look at that. Steal of 2. Newfoundland and Labrador have taken the lead, trying to play spoiler.
Just blast like this.
Didn't get the line on that guard.
Oh, you heard Clancy in the hack. She wanted a halfway guard. Extra weight, didn't catch that curl.
If you
La
notice,
seule
she's
chose que
guarding.
moi je vois, c'est que if we play that, at least it kind of like wiggles. Do you know what I mean? I might have a shot.
You don't think it wiggles that way if you throw this side?
No, I don't think so. I think it wanna go that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you throw peel like almost nose, the 4 might spin out.
I think it's a shot, no?
Okay.
Okay. You got it.
Top one?
Yeah.
Now, she's got the edge on Glandy right now, but it's been a momentum change with BC. Player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
There's a little bit of separation on those two yellows, so if you get a quarter of it with this yellow coming back with the speed that Laurie's going to throw, she can certainly get it out of the 4-foot, maybe out of the rings even.
Tricky.
Maybe more importantly, eliminate their red one that's caused all the problems.
Let's go, Lori.
Negative ice here, basically.
You like this play, though, Russ? I mean, what's the result here? You're trying to angle one in to get some movement.
Yeah, it's probably a little harder than the out-turn smash, but then at least you get rid of this rock.
Riley, what do you got? Nothing. Nothing. And now that shooter rolls over. You may need to have that.
Yep, that's true.
Something at least.
Okay, Lori.
Well, that leaves you something.
Straight guard. I think so.
in a 4-4 tie after that terrific stone by Joanne Rizzo, and the pressure is on Scheidegger.
And that is, in fact, the case. It has been all Carrie Galusha and her team this, and it is amazing how that shot has just lifted the team. So facing two, Casey looking for the hearts.
You gotta go line.
Scheidegger and the team from the Lethbridge Curling Club.
You gotta go line.
Kate Cameron, you can hear her. Jesse Hyen, Taylor McDonald.
Okay, you're all over the top. You're all over the top.
And all over it is Wright. So steal of 2. And that is a huge steal. Again, the key there is the 3 losses for Galusha. You want to stay there. Don't drop to 4.
Lindsay's rock still.
Halfway. Yeah, you're
Speed. Are we over curling?
just a 1.
Just a 1.
Whoa. Whoa.
Sit down.
Okay, that's fine.
Dear me.
Good. I threw it, pardon? Like release-wise, I threw that exactly the same. Okay.
Yeah, we have to make a call.
I think that's how we maybe score. Pardon? What is this? That. Yeah. It's super thin. Yeah.
I don't think we can make it like it's super thin, but it's
Well,
probably
if you jam
worth
it on this top one, does that catch enough of that one to spin?
Maybe.
Enough might go, yeah.
Okay, let's make it.
You got it, Outturn or intern?
Well, the good
No,
news
I
for
think I need to
BC
do
is they finally have succeeded in stopping Laurie from drawing the hole right in the nail. But this is makeable. It's kind of a natural double. She said super thin.
Okay.
With this turn, it really isn't. She can hit about
Try to make
half
this
a
one.
rock and get that top
you got
one.
it.
It'll gear down a little bit. I'm not sure she can kill both
Okay,
of them,
a
but
third. What? A third. Yeah, even less.
now this has been curling hard all week. But since they did the rocks today, I don't think it'll curl quite as much. We haven't seen anything.
BC in a great turnaround are sitting 2.
Yep.
Sitting 2. Final stone, Quebec, Laurie St. George. Riley called up. Here it comes across. Bang, bang. Oh, and they'll get one.
Super.
And BC will steal again. Down 6-2 at the break. They have come all the way back. Well, I was already planning to order room service by now. I would think that 6-2 at the break, I thought this is over. No, look at that. Great comeback by BC. With 1 and 6, steal of 2-7, steal one more and 8. Here we go, 6-6. We go to the 9th, and Quebec will try to get it back. Get back that feeling they had through the first 5. They do have last rock playing the Redstones.
Now, BC has been outstanding since the break, and Quebec was trying to protect their lead, just unable to make double peels up the middle early in the end, and
deep stones.
Yeah,
deep
right.
stones that have helped out Team BC, and to Team BC's credit, perfect freezes have left Laurie with shots to limit, and really hard shots to limit to steals.
Whatever you like. I'm indifferent. The end probably looks easier.
2 beauties from Kelly there and kept them in front. They're usable. They're usable for both teams at this point.
I'm liking the end. Okay, I like it.
In looks more natural. I got more time to curl past that previous red than the deep one.
Yeah, they'll just have to go out wider, Russ, and I don't know that they've seen anything out this far. At this point in the game, you're wondering, is it going to be...
Should still be good
slower?
out here. But you're right, it's a guess.
Really fast everywhere that they've been playing.
Back four right
Yeah,
now.
I can't see it dying here.
Close for line.
Line's good.
Line's good. You can wait if you need to.
T.
Whoa.
Little
Oh,
heavy.
room.
Sarah's roll.
Sarah's.
Go when you can. Go when you can.
There's still T.
Yeah, I think you gotta go.
Bury it.
Yeah, you gotta get it buried.
Bury it.
Yeah, gotta get it in there. Go, go, go,
Alright,
go, go, go,
A
go,
little
go.
more.
And behind they get. And it looks like they just hung on the back 4 for shot stone.
Yeah, it's so nice out there. Then we weren't sure.
Yeah, you got it.
3, maybe 4 double peel attempts last end, and they didn't quite make any. So that would be key here.
Same story in the 6th end as well, Russ.
Clean. Yep.
Yep.
Lana Rutledge.
Yep.
Yep.
Clean. Good shot, Glandy.
And again, runs it by.
Which one? Like what spot do we
A
want?
blank in 9.
Like throwing a guard up for now?
That was my first thought.
And the Territories continue to lead there.
Joanne Rizzo was facing a very thin double.
That's okay.
Made it
You
perfectly.
have to get all the way around that corner guard.
Eliminated another chance for wildcard 2.
Yeah, same ice as Sarah's.
Kayla,
You can wait. You can wait.
Halfway. We're there.
So
Good.
good at stealing, and the only team to steal a
Line's
point
good.
against
Just has
wild
to
card
stop.
laws.
Well, good.
I think they're just coming around after this, though.
I think maybe one more.
One more? Okay.
So there's the decision to make. You've got the hammer. You've got 2 stones in pretty good spot. Shot rock, I understand, is at the back 4, but you could probably get there too.
Yeah,
Could you not?
Yeah,
would you
yeah,
not
you're
think
right.
about drawing?
No, you're right, Vic. Scoreboard says don't. Ideally, you want to blank this in. But you're at some point they might sink another one, as we've seen 2 consecutive ends.
No, this is what they were just talking about. So another guard going up here from
Put it back.
PC.
Same thing? Okay.
Yeah, what's helping Quebec this end is that these rocks aren't on the button. The button's available on the outturn side, and Laurie's had great draw weight all game. And if they were to go around on that in-turn side again and sit in front of their yellow rock in the back 4, Team Quebec would have a pretty simple red run back.
Well, Northern Ontario, Kathy, has seen their lead slip away, and right now it looks like they've got a chance for a couple.
Well, they do, but they're very fortunate that that is the case. Krista faced 4 on her first, tried to play a freeze, tapped it back about a foot, and Stacey Curtis was trying to chip it out, got a little bit wide, wound up going off her own and bouncing across the face of the stone. That's why it is shot. Needs 4 foot, though, to get her deuce.
Look at Lily pound this. Goodness. Oh, my, you're going to give up the opportunity? Sure enough.
Okay.
Oh.
1 yellow.
That's probably more weight than she threw on her first one in the same spot.
Oh, yeah. Are they fighting, it's just so quick, Kathy. Is everybody heavy on that sheet, too?
Well, a little bit, but Krista just threw the exact same
I watched
shot.
it. Yeah.
So,
She's only 6 inches heavy in the first one.
yeah, I can't explain that.
So 69% is what she is throwing. Krista McCarville, low game of the tournament so far, and this is their last game of round robin. They're finishing up here, as we said, a win, and that would give them first place, and that by avoiding the crossover elimination game.
Back 8.
Very, very big.
Everybody thinks, unless there's frost, everybody thinks this shot out wider that hasn't been played is going to be slower. It's not. It's going to be quicker, if anything. There's a lot of foot traffic.
That's fine.
Oh, you'd love that one back.
It's been a struggle for Emily tonight.
Just because there haven't been rocks out that wide, you're traveling. The curlers are sliding up and down for 2.5 hours. And I think they just thought that might die.
As a front ender, when BC decided to go around that rock, I would have been heads up if I'm on Team Quebec, getting a good hog-to-hog time on that, trying to get a good read, assuming that we would be following at some point. Those are things early in the end. You try to get that into intel and be able to make the right guess there. Light on that shot would have been playable.
Oh, yeah.
They've been so good with their guard placement.
Halfway. Just halfway.
Kayla McMillan just looking for a halfway guard. They want some separation, so the double run is harder if Team Quebec decides to take it on.
Needs to sit for line, guys.
Okay, just halfway.
Needs to sit, needs to sit.
Okay, Kale.
Good. Just wait.
Yeah.
Adjustment.
Think we have to go this way. Okay? Okay?
We just played it the other way, though. Okay. You got it, Em. Same speed this side.
Full 4.
Could play the same turn, but you'd probably see Team BC play this shot right here and get shot on the button. So I like this call.
Good eye.
Emily Riley needs something here to boost her confidence.
Mine's good. Top 8. Top 4.
Madonna on the right, Rutledge on the left. Here we go. Can you sneak it past this stone coming up here? That one there, that yellow. Can you sneak it past that one? Get it by that one. And that one too. Oh, no, you cannot. And that little rub off still leaves the Quebec stone shot rock back 4.
Pretty good error, though.
Okay.
That's quite
Really good
raisable.
weight.
So close. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like top 4. She's got the top on the out turn.
Oh, she loves the game. Haley Burney skipping the team from Whitehorse. I guess that would be the Northern Lights kind of look, maybe.
Front that we're guarding.
We maybe make this.
Yeah.
As long as we're out counting that.
Do we make that now, or do we guard now, make her make that, and then we follow her in? That's what.
I kind of like beating them there.
We're figuring if we make this, they play the top, we guard, and then therefore she's got a hard 2. Okay. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
We can. And like if line's really good, we wrap it all the way. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's.
Because I think it will finish in there once we're by the stick.
Yeah, nice finish on this side for sure.
Is that the same
It's a tough one, Joanne. You hate to leave that red one there, but if you guard the red and then Quebec comes in on this intern side, it's kind of 6-1, isn't it? I don't mind beating them in, sit 2, and you'd love to see a half shot miss or something.
Yeah, and just given the momentum in this game, keep having Lori look at BC Rocks in the rings. She's been playing great to just be giving up steals.
It's unbelievable.
Kind of assume eventually she'll miss one.
Skip Stones here at 9.
It's nice.
T-line. There right now.
Okay, so close, guys.
There right now.
Hold on.
Wait's close.
Got room still.
Line's good. T, top 4.
T.
Coming down to their own, are they?
Yeah, it's got a curl
Not
though.
beside it, guys.
Yep. Hard.
Yep, finish.
Hard,
Finish.
hard,
Go, go, go,
hard.
go, go. You gotta bounce it.
Okay.
Yikes. So fast down there.
You got a double?
Oh, yeah.
Can you stick the shooter, though?
No, and you don't want to.
Okay.
Make that thin go away. Sit 4. The 3 at the top are great. That one on the left that we were talking about is to get out of jail no matter what BC does.
And that's Emily Riley missing on the right side of tolerance.
Yeah,
She didn't get in there for shot, but she threw the lighter weight. You can use that rock later.
Yeah.
Aren't you surprised? Aren't you surprised in some ways they didn't take away that possible raise on that stone as we look at there on the left side?
Yeah, Vic, that was certainly the option. I like that because that's the get out of jail shot for Quebec.
I mean, what would be the most they could get? 1 if you tap it up in the right spot.
Yeah, if you guard it and they freeze, then you guard it. They probably only get the 1. That's right.
Boy, big opportunity here. Huge opportunity.
Ellie.
1 you didn't think. 1 mistake by Clancy Glandy.
Oh, man.
Have you got it? No, my goodness, you throw it by.
I just whipped it a little bit.
Okay, Larry, it's okay. Next one.
Shoot.
We've all done it, but when you're really sitting up here is easy. But you look at that, the way those are lined up, you could make that with hack weight, and we all do it. Make the double. You're afraid to jam it, so you try to throw a little extra weight. It's straighter today.
It was maybe the easiest shot she's had in the last few ends, Russ, and
by
you can see
100
it on her
miles.
face. She knows she missed a huge opportunity there.
I'll adjust the weight for you guys.
Yeah.
Now, BC has to take this seriously. They've got to get to the inside here. They stay on the nose, they're going to give up 5.
Top 4. Okay.
Why do you even have to come in that deep?
Well, yeah, I guess you don't. But they've got that red on the other side. You'd like to beat it, I think.
Top 12.
Got to get it by.
I know.
Just top 12. Just
Oh, it's going to die on them out here. Bounce it off if you can. No, they can't. Is that shot still there?
I think so.
I think she gave us so much less.
I'm right behind it. They can see at least a half or a small half. More than they need, Vic.
And the pounding of the brush from Glandy and the shake of the head.
The same.
Just took that little bit off, and away it went.
What, half? I think so. Yeah, thick half.
I think what fools you is the first one was really
You got
back
it, Lori?
8.
Just threw it.
And
Nice and
they took
clean.
that 12 feet, 10 feet off. And little break point a little early. Oh, boy.
Make him go away for a possible 4. Quebec. Flashed her first. Has a little bit more work to do to get by that stone, just thrown up by Glandy.
Just 9. Hairless.
Careless. Now trying to hold it out there is Riley. Trying to keep it out there is Riley. Keep it out there, Riley. What do you got? Bang! Go away! Put 4 on the board, Quebec.
3 for
3.
sure.
And around the edge, take a look.
That's a well thrown stone. She had that out of her hand.
Lori, you want to just look at this? My brain's not working.
You heard them call the weight, Russ. It was a 9, just a nice normal weight hit. That's how she's been making these precision clearing type of shots.
Absolutely. That went out for fun.
And she could see less of it this time. The BC Rock in the way. What an outstanding shot by Lori St. George.
That will make her feel better after that miss. No measure. So they've given it 3. What a shot for the lead. Quebec. Well, back and forth. What a game. From 6-2 down, BC comes back to tie. And then, of course, they pick up the 3. And now it is Quebec in control, up by 3. BC with last rock coming home.
So, tried the basically the playbook out of the mixed doubles. Kelly tried to tick that yellow BC corner into the ring, so therefore it's eligible to be hit. And they just over curl, hit it dead on, went through play. So they just put that rock back like it's a burnt rock.
Really tight then? You were kind of there already. We're just past it. Go here then.
Yeah, then you go.
Yeah, right to my room. We're there.
That's good.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Top. Okay. Top 4 weight.
Okay.
Let's go, Lenny.
Back 4. T-line. Back 8.
With that one rock out of play, you wonder if you could make an argument to hit your own here. And there's only 2 guards. BC would have to be perfect just to go to an extra end.
M. Hard M.
Okay, that works.
Okay, I don't mind that.
Now they've got 3 rocks to work with here.
Kind of like going around this one first. Okay.
Yeah, and if I'm Team Quebec in between ends, I'm saying, okay, guys, no more than 2. We win the game.
Sarah, is that enough ice?
These rocks and the rings are only going to help the opposition.
For sure.
Slow.
I thought I was there.
Line's good. Kayla. Kayla. Top. Kayla.
Line's good.
Haven't seen any play to the wings coming home here.
Close. Hard, Kayla. Just
Hard.
the
Line's good.
Okay.
Hard.
Okay. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Nice shot.
And in behind they go. May have peeked down a little bit on that out-turn side.
One quarter.
Take a run at this double peel.
Yeah, why not?
You got it.
There's a stagger there. It's a lot of ice though, Russ.
It is too, isn't it?
Lori says it's about a quarter.
Yep. Whoa.
Yep.
Kelly.
Yep.
Kelly. Whoa.
Have a feel that corner.
Good try.
Well, in a 7-7 tie after McCarville and Northern Ontario missed their chance for 2. Here we go with the team from Newfoundland Labrador, Stacey Curtis, and her last coming up.
Well, the shot stone was drawn by Krista McCarville on her second. It is out counting the one at the back. And then on her second one, Stacey went deep. Krista was trying to bury, get a piece of the forefoot, but was short. And so this is looping around those 2 stones. Any bite of the forefoot is a victory.
That's right, and it's a big possible loss here for Northern Ontario. They could give up their spot first place, so it's all on the line here. Stacey Curtis from the Remax Center, St. John's Curling Club, trying to grab the forefoot. For the win, Newfoundland and Labrador. Oh, and she looks like she went too far.
I think she did.
Goodness gracious.
Good game. I'll shake your hand anyway. We're over. Good game.
There you go.
Good game.
And one yellow it is. McCarville
Thank you.
will steal it, and she will steal first place. Guaranteed.
Oh, really? For a minute.
Coming out of Pool B.
Okay, good. Don't finish. Just slide again.
I think it just slid better.
She'll finish with a record of 7-1, and she will finish first.
Hard then.
Top 12.
Very good, guys.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Hard, Sarah. Line's really good.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Line's good.
Go, go, go.
Hard
All the
finish.
way, all the way, all the way.
If you can.
Hard.
Keep going. Go, 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 go. Okay.
You like that? Sure. Do we ever go for the one in the house? I don't mind it.
I like the open one.
They're just gonna come around this one, right?
Okay, we can play this. I like both.
Just make the double.
Yeah, don't fool around here. You've got the 3-point lead. Just make stones disappear.
That's just it.
Whoa.
Pretty straight here. You want to carve this thing in.
That's all right.
This Quebec team has played really well, but their weakness this game has been connecting on doubles, double peels, run-backs.
Yeah, there's some brilliant draws by all 4 of them. You're right. Would you not go around that red one, maybe?
I think that's your best option, Russ.
Back 8 kind of thing. They hit something, go around again.
It's one rock too early.
I know, that's...
That's what I was wondering, but like there's no double on these now.
No,
so.
I know, which is why I'm wondering if we. Just not sure if it's one
I
rock
guess
too
if we
early.
guard, they just hit the open one.
Yeah.
So if we do that, we have to be able to come around
Loop
again.
another, yeah.
Okay.
So definitely guard that one if we guard.
Yeah.
Anything else, they will have a double.
Huge game here as Galusha tries to stay at 3 losses. The final stone coming up, Casey Scheidegger.
Well, Joanne Rizzo was not able to bury on her second stone, set the double up. The double is a win.
Shooter.
And there it is for the win, and 3 on the board. Casey Scheidegger out of Lethbridge. And so that means both those teams will be at 3 and 4. And 4 isn't likely to get you anything.
Hey, come back here.
Then you come around
Then
again.
we do it again.
That's what I'm saying.
And if they don't hit, then they try to freeze. We might have something for 4 in the win, actually.
Yeah.
So I think
So
the
what's
chance.
ideal back here?
Yeah.
Count that one.
Yeah.
Full back 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even touching the back
Yeah.
8 is fine
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
will try the double and,
Yeah.
and lock one on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've decided to play the come around. That makes a ton of sense. You bury this one. Assuming they don't make the double on the one side, you could bury it again. And ironically, the rock that could potentially be a problem for Quebec is their own.
Je pense que je vais slasher avec celle qui est à gauche. I think so. Yeah. Juste passer mon turn. Je suis capable d'apogner.
Speak a bit of French. Slasher is slash in French.
Well done.
Laura will have a chance at a double here, but it'll be a long one if Clancy has anything to say about it.
We gotta go.
I think you gotta go. Yeah. Yeah, top 8. Yeah.
Right then.
Yeah, just drag it. Just drag it. Top 12. Yeah,
Hard.
just drag it, guys.
Hard, Lynn.
Hard.
Gotta go hard. Hard. Hard.
Maybe leave it and freeze it.
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. I think we're second shot now. I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
I like that. To roll like outside of this, eh?
I don't have this, eh? No.
It's really thin.
I guess if it even knows.
I think you just hit this.
Yeah. Okay.
10?
10?
Okay.
Well, it's been a game within a game and momentum shift. Look at how Quebec led it. 6-2 at the break. Momentum shift. All BC. 4 points. 3 of them stolen. And then 1 missed shot. Glandy allows for the 3 points. And that's how Quebec leads it now, playing in 10. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, proudly serving Canada's favorite coffee.
10, 9, 5. Close. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa. Kelly. Curl hard.
Hard.
Okay.
Kind of
we
fortunate
have
where
to.
that stopped. I think you can run that yellow onto the red and roll over and get a catcher and maybe sit 3. And not sure too many doubles will be there either if you get it perfect.
Quebec had to roll that.
Right.
They could have rolled in for shot rock.
Just like a 9, like just kind of easy firm type of weight. Just stick it on the side red one there.
Basically on the center line or a little bit highest center. Don't need a pile of weight because you've got to hang around with all these.
Yep. C9.
Whoa.
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 Whoa, Sarah.
Whoa, Sarah.
Sarah.
Hard, Sarah. Hard.
Hard, you got it.
Hard,
Go,
Sarah.
go.
Hard.
Sit. Right out.
Pretty firm weight on that when the key was to stick around.
Yeah, throw it a little lighter and that shooter doesn't spill out.
She has had a wonderful week, but that last stone, Kathy, that one when she couldn't wrap it around or even go deep, she left the double right there. And Joanne Rizzo is obviously accepting it now that they're not going to make it through here.
Well, you know, she got a nickname from my son, the Wizard of Oz, and I think that she demonstrated that over and over. She made a perfect shot on her first one, buried in the 4-foot, but they were concerned about leaving a run back for Scheidegger, so tried to get in and just wound up giving her the out.
Make something go away.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clean, 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 clean.
I love a clean.
Oh, clean, clean.
Yeah, nothing better than just a clean. And that will be it. And what a game this has been. Back and forth. And Quebec will pick up the win to go to 5-2. Make the final. Quebec 9-7 winners over BC, who now fall to 4-3. That is a huge win for Quebec, because that puts them that one game up. There you go. So this is what we know exactly, is that Anderson is through, and if it ended right now, they're your 3 teams. But one day of round robin play to go. So those teams, Skurlik, Glandy, Black, Laws, they're all still available down to 3 losses. Meanwhile, on the other side, McCarville guaranteed first. Jones will be there as well. This is the key right here. Holman and Kelly, they meet tomorrow. If Holman wins, those are your 3. If Holman should drop back, oh boy, still wide open. So that's what's coming up tomorrow as we begin our final day of round robin play. Quebec, early lead, give it up, get it back, pick up the win. Quebec over BC.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like it. By PointsBet Canada, the official sportsbook of Curling Canada. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
What do you think? There you go. Dad's proud. Mom's proud. My little girl's playing really well. So tomorrow it'll all be decided. Final day round robin play. This is big because you've got Andrea Kelly. A win would bring Holman back. Holman wins, and then they are through, and we would have no tiebreaker in that Pool B. Kathy, Bryan, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific. What an evening of curling it's been. Quebec and BC, with Quebec finally in the end taking it and taking a big step towards the playoffs. So one day of round robin play remains. We'll have it for you tomorrow from here in Kamloops and the Scotties Tournament of Hearts on Canada's sports leader, TSN.